achieve in that. You were able to submit your homeworks also, good maps, everything. For Human Development Index map, I have given a feedback that HDI map could have been, HDI map, when we are talking about that, could have been categorized as per the average. If the global average is 0.7, then why treat 0.7 as a high category? Keep it as moderate. Probably 0.8 and above can be high, and 0.55 or something can be low. It also depends on the number of the countries, so you have to manage and mix that. So that is my suggestion to all of you. But I think that feedback has been given on the Telegram group. So if you are a new student who doesn't know much about this, so be on the Telegram group. Okay, that perfect. So Neeraj seems to have raised hand. Neeraj, आपने हाथ उठाया. I think you are a new student. कुछ पूछना चाहते हैं? गलती से raise hand हुआ है. Sir, I'm new to your course. So Neeraj, I would suggest that this course is reaching its advanced level. If you are a beginner, please go to the course orientation page of this course. Go to my profile. Look at the first lecture, which is called Course Orientation and Blueprint. A new course is starting from 2nd June, 3 p.m. Yes, Neeraj, you can start from paper 2. Only thing is, I would request you that you can do your FC foundation course, which is there, which is called the Beginners Foundation for Geography. So वो भी मेरे प्रोफाइल में मिल जाएगा, Beginners Geography Foundation. So till the new course begins, आप उसकी recording कर लीजिए, and 2nd June से the course will begin with a new kind of foundation with new books. Okay, that the previous foundation was on GC Leong. The current foundation will be on NCERT. So that will help you. और आप paper 2 से join कर लेंगे, would not be a problem. You can very well integrate with paper 2. Sorry, sir, I am not able to submit my homework due to some issues. I shall submit tomorrow. Okay, perfect, no problem. You can keep on submitting. कुछ लोगों को feedback उस पर भी मिला है. Some people have got feedback for the submission, late submissions also. I'm taking all those submissions, so don't worry on that. You keep submitting. Everyone, you keep submitting. Don't worry on that. Okay, so that is also done. And your first 5, 10, 15 minutes, I deal with your queries, your questions, and I give answers to that. If you have any query question, please feel free. As someone, Neeraj is new, he joined, I gave him the clarification. We have done population geography. I hope you've also gone through that, so that is important. Keep doing that. Any questions? Any questions going forward will also be, if you have any questions regarding the way things are going for you, your preparation and your geography work. If you have a question, you can ask that also. So most of you have got your feedback. I can see some of you have replied to that also. Good. So the feedback was given on the Telegram group. The Telegram group is created to add as a complement to our learning. This is what we have done in this. Okay. तो ये भी हो गया. और बताइए. Okay, so settlement geography से शुरू करें फिर. Settlement geography. And पहला चीज, what do we do every time we look at the syllabus? So let me upload a file for you. सर मेरा फीडबैक मधुकर मुझे नाम तो नहीं पता है, तो अभी तो फीडबैक सब जो देना था वो मैंने दे दिया. I will have a look at it. Okay, where are we now? Settlement geography file of syllabus and PYQs. Perfect. So what is settlement geography? किस चीज के बारे में? What do you think is about settlement geography? Settlement geography, what is it about? So he says, due to some work I have not submitted. ठीक है. जिन लोगों ने submit नहीं किया है, that is just that you decide that okay, I was not in my integrity for this time. I will complete it. Naidu, I have given a feedback. बच्चे, your file is not opening. The file which you submitted, please see that you submit it in proper PDF format. Yes, Naidu. So generally, whatever files you have submitted, there was a challenge on that. Actually, let's come to the topic now that no more questions are coming. So let us straight away. Earth's surface that is changed by humans is settlement geography. No, Nilini, that is not true. Earth's surface that is changed by humans means created by humans, created or modified by humans. That is not settlement geography. That is human geography. I understand. Geography is the study of Earth's surface. I understand. Earth's surface can be natural. Earth's surface can be man-modified. True or not? Natural as well as man-modified. So the Earth's surface which is man-modified is called human geography. Why would I call it settlement geography? So quickly, settlement geography क्या है? जल्दी से बताइए. तो क्या है ये settlement geography? To settle in group. So settle in group is a process, Purvi. So if you settle in group, settle down, it's a process. How is it geography? Think about it. Establishment of new area for basic needs. सौरभ, मैंने कल भी बताया था, आज भी बता रहा हूँ. इसको कहते हैं waffling. This sentence carries no meaning. This is good English. This is not even good English. This is bad use of English. Establishment of new area for basic need. कितना सुंदर बताया. Geography that deals with settlement of residents of inhabited by humans. Okay, so settlement geography is where humans settle. Human settlements. What are settlements? Dwelling units. हिंदी में बोलते हैं इसको बस्ती भूगोल. बस्ती भूगोल, where हमारी बस्ती होती है. तो dwelling units. So where we dwell, where we stay, what kind of settlements we make, what kind of dwelling units do we make? Yes or no? What are the house types? What kind of street patterns do we have? What is the city infrastructure that we have? It is very specific. Establishment of new area for basic need. क्यों कर रहे हो भाई? That doesn't carry any meaning. इसे पढ़ने वाला थोड़ा हैरान होगा, ये क्या लिख दिया? But that really doesn't carry any strong meaning. Is everyone with me on this? So settlement is about the area where human beings who were hunters and gatherers decided to settle, and how did they transform that area into a settlement unit or a settlement system. Get that? And that area and the adjoining area, how do they interact? That is called settlement geography. Do we get that? So can I say hunters and gatherers? Hunters and gatherers. To the present day, smart digital cities. I'm sure it did not come in one jump. एक jump में तो नहीं आया होगा. True or not? So hunters and gatherers were living in caves. Probably they were the cave dwellers. So they would have started making some hutments. True or not? Some huts or hutments. So where would they do? Probably on a river bank. Probably near a water point in a desert. Yes or no? Probably at a safe place. बनाया होगा ना पहले. Like birds make their nest. Humans would have also made some dwelling unit. I'm sure it was not a smart city. It was not a city with a lot of infrastructure and all those things. I think a small cluster of huts, which we call them as hamlets, or maybe some farms were created, so we call it farmsteads, and they led to the creation of a village. The study of village is settlement geography. Do you get that? Just compare it with the words which you used. If you're not even able to understand that, and I want to tell you, there are students who are talking about writing answers on settlement geography, they don't even know what settlement is. So we were unsettled, we were nomadic, yes or no? We were nomadic. So from the nomadic times, we have become what? Settled. When we settled, what happened? Civilization started. Civilization created their own places to stay. What do we call them? Dwelling unit. आवास स्थान. Dwelling means जहां आप रहते हैं, जहां बसावट है. So where you dwell, that place is called your dwelling unit. So we made huts, hamlets, farmsteads, village बन गया. Yes or no? And then I would say we were talking about the Greeks, the Romans. Yes or no? People are living where? People are living in villages. Okay. Sanchari, igloo is not a village. Please try and understand. If hut is an example of a house type, igloo is an example of a house type. Do you get that? So people live in houses. Houses can be hut, it can be a conical house, it can be a square roofed house, it can be any type of a house. It can be a tree house also. Yes or no? So igloo is what? Igloo is the example of house type. Please do not confuse settlement for igloo. समझ में आ रहा है? A settlement may have a single story, may have a double story, may have a multi-story. A settlement may have a basement also, may have a bunker also. A settlement may have a hut, may have an igloo. Igloo क्या है? ये dwelling types हैं. Street patterns क्या हो सकते हैं? Street patterns can be, आपने देखा कुछ शहरों में, in certain cities there are roundabouts. देखा है? While there are certain cities where the roads are always made straight and they cut each other, and what do we have? We have crossings. So ये क्या हो गया? This is street pattern. Street pattern. This is street pattern. What is this? This is called iron grid pattern. What is this pattern? This is called radial pattern. Please understand, igloo is not settlement. Igloo is a hut or a house type in a settlement. Iron grid pattern is not settlement. Iron grid pattern is a component of settlement. समझ में आया? आया या नहीं आया? That is why people with generalist knowledge, they believe that I'll go in the examination, sir के notes हैं, I will go and छापो the notes. समझो तो? If we don't understand, so do you understand the scope of things? कि पढ़ाने क्या वाला है? What is this subject? What is this topic going to teach us? This subject and this topic is going to teach us something where human beings, when they became civilized, how did they choose to settle down? Where all did they choose to settle down? What were their house types? How did they arrange their settlements? Not only roads, I'm very sure there must be a place of administration. Should there be a panchayat ground or not? Yes, panchayat or community, something would be there. Village elders will be there. Tribals also will have some place. Yes, so tribal में they say कि भाई ये हमारा oracle इधर रहता है. Yes, the old man, the old woman, the souls are resting at this place. ऐसा होता है. Do they identify such a place? One people ka ped, burger ka ped, this is the sacred place. They might also have some community place over there. In those community place, you can have, like cultural things like, say, for example, in North India, we have Ram Leela Maidan. Across India, we spread Dashera, no? Dashera where Ravan is burnt. So, ek jagah hoti hai. Yes, there can be that also. There can be places where, community places where people meet. So, a Mela place. Yes, there can be Mela, lagta hai na, Kumbh ka Mela. So, we have some Mela place fair. Lagta hai, sir? So, am I joking or is this reality? So, which subject studies this? Settlement geography studies this. So, in villages, people were working, everything was there. But what happened was that some people from outside came and started doing wrong things in the village. Okay, that? Village people resisted, but these outsiders continued to create problem. True. Now 2-3 villages united. They tried to fight these, but those people from outside, they were not relenting. They were still creating problem. Yes. As a result, villages also wanted security. So they said, why not? Why not? We come under one king who will stay in a city. One king who will stay in a city and will protect our villages. He will have armies also. Yes or no? But having a city is very challenging. There is cost to it. So villagers said, don't worry, we will pay tax. We will send you food also. No, but we need, like people, good, smart administrators and all that. There was no UPSC at that time. They said, don't worry. In the village, whosoever is the best person will go to the city. So the best ironsmith, the best military general or the soldier, the best horseman, the best craftsman, the best singer, the best poet, the best mason. Yes, everyone will go to the city. So city was supposed to be for very few people. Best of the best will reach over there. And who is living in the city? The king, his ministers and his administrators, and the army is there. Do we get that? When the war happens, then what happens? The villagers are brought inside the city. तुम लोग इधर आओ. In the fort, have you seen those gated forts? किले में सब लोग बंद हैं. आपने जोहार सुना होगा पद्मावती. So now the population will come in that, and the king and the armies will go out. They are supposed to defend. Yes, this is the story of humanity. So hunters, gatherers, then villages, then cities, and then today's city. No, today's city से पहले क्या हुआ? अभी तक तो cities were going like this. So cities were for what? Centers of excellence. Can I say cities were centers of excellence? Cities had a very important role to play. Administration, politico, administrative, geostrategic role to play. City is important. राजधानी, पाटलिपुत्र जब हम बात करते हैं, big cities that you heard of, yes or no? जो city states हुआ करते थे, all those names which you heard of ancient times, medieval times, important cities or not? वो उनकी राजधानी हो गई, capital हो गया, and they will do that. In the 18th century, city acquired a new meaning. Industrial revolution happened, and because of industrial revolution, there was need for laborers. Cities had the money. Cities went into secondary sector of activity. अभी तक कौन सा चल रहा है? NEC primary sector. Now they needed labor, so people were invited to come to city as labor. True. And then the owner classes and the worker classes. And suddenly, are we now going to get the best of the best or anyone who's looking for job in the city? So people who are looking for job in the city, they will go to the city. Will the population in the city now start increasing, everyone? Will the population in the city start increasing? Will the issues in the city start increasing? And can I say the economic activities, now cities have become, rather than centers of excellence, are they becoming the centers of economic activity? रोजगार देते हैं नहीं देते? True. But cities have that function. Administration also. London is administration also. London is industrial revolution, but administration also. Paris is industrial revolution, but industrial revolution also. So what will they do? Okay, they will plan, because so many people are coming. They don't want London to be spoiled. What should they do? They decided to plan to make London a good city. Yes or no? So not everyone was invited to the city. Only skilled people were invited to the city, and they were coming there for work. Is everyone with me on this? Everyone with me on this? But those beautiful planned cities, well-administered cities, when those people, the Britishers, the French, the Dutch, the Spaniards, when they reached the New World and colonized them, they introduced urban center to them, but they did not introduce the urban spirit, urban ethos. Urbanization नहीं किया, क्योंकि यूरोप में urbanization और urban center a place where quality of life is better. Yes or no? So हमारे लिए urbanization, you heard of Kolkata, Chennai, Mumbai, Delhi as the cities developed under the Britishers. Yes or no? But they were not cities for the betterment of the people. They were just administrative centers. Yes or no? In China also urbanization happened, but that urbanization was totally haphazard. So our urban centers, are they polluted today? Are they congested today? Yes or no? Are there issues of lack of employment, lack of housing, lack of sanitation, lack of good health, lack of good air? Are those problems there or not? Why? Because we got urbanization not as an urbanization by desire, not as an urbanization as a step towards development. We got urbanization because urban areas are good for job and people run towards urban areas for job. Is everyone with me? I hope I make myself clear. Settlement geography समझ में आया कि नहीं आया? Did we get that? एक definition लिखोगे? Please write down. Please write down. And what am I doing? Just familiarization. Don't worry, I'm still on familiarization. What is settlement? Most of you don't know settlement. So first thing is we must know what is settlement. So settlements refer to cluster of dwelling units. Cluster of dwelling units which are arranged in characteristic manner in space. So dwelling units and how they are arranged, how they are placed, that is called settlement. Is everyone okay? But we are not studying settlement. What are we studying? Settlement geography. My first question. If you remember geography had an identity crisis. That geography studies every subject. Remember Immanuel Kant? He said we should not be seen by subject matter. Subject matter, we are not a subject matter based science. We are approach based science. We study everything in space. So that is why geography as a subject studies anything and everything under the sun. So why settlement geography? Why should a geographer study that? So I want to give you an idea. I don't know how many of you traveled, taken a flight, air travel. When you look outside the window to look down, you find as your plane is traveling across India, or if you've gone for international travels, there are certain areas which are barren. Nobody lives over there. In certain areas, you will find human settlements. If your plane is landing somewhere in the evening or at night, you will find everything dark beneath. But the moment you are starting to come close to some city or settlement, suddenly you will see lights over there. Yes, sir. So at night it is very visible. And if you're landing in a city like Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, Bangalore, any city for that matter, you will also see roads, traffic moving on that. True or not? So one very clear thing is that this phenomena is not visible. This phenomena is not visible across entire India uniformly. There are pockets, there are patches where we find human settlements. There are patches where we find dense human settlements. There are patches where we find settlements but not so dense. True or not? There are patches where I find so many roads, so many things, and there are patches where I don't see much movement also. Now, why is it not uniform, everyone? Why is it not uniform? Why human settlements are not uniformly distributed in India? Why is it that North Indian plains, when I reach any of those towns, I see from the aeroplane so much of crowding over there? But when I fly towards peninsular India, towards mountainous India, I see those settlements reduce. True. As I go to the coastline, inside there is nothing, but as I go to the coastline, I start seeing more settlements coming over there. Coastline has more settlements. So some of you are writing topography, physiography. So I just want to tell you that isn't it true that it is geography that decides? Isn't it true that it is geography that decides the number of people or how people are living in an area? True or not? Does geography have a role to play or not? So if geography has a role to play, so does it make sense to have a branch within the discipline of geography which will be called as settlement geography? True or not? Make sense? So इसलिए settlement geography आ जाता है. Everyone. That is why we have something which is called as settlement geography. Everyone with me on this? Acha, one more thing when we are talking about is settlement, as somebody said, sir, it is the man created surface. So my question is settlement geography bigger or geography bigger? Remember human geography का NCERT में मैप है. So NCERT में डायग्राम है ऐसा बनाया ना, फेनमन का डायग्राम बाय फेनमन, branches. So can I say settlement geography is nothing but a branch of geography? Tell me, dwelling units and their characteristics, will an architect also read it or not? Architect will also read it. So here is geography. So settlement का part जो geography देखता है, that is called settlement geography. Is everyone okay? House type. We were talking. Somebody said igloo. I said hut. I said a building, high-rise building. Now, can you make a Burj Khalifa without any architectural knowledge? Who is needed to make Burj Khalifa? An architect, an engineer, or a geographer? जल्दी से बताओ. So actually, this is architect, engineer. हम लोग क्या करेंगे फिर? Who are we? Where? We will tell, okay, this is desert region, and here we should not have such this thing. It is going more than carrying capacity. Do you understand? Your subject is not that technical thing. So कल किसी ने जो भी पूछा था, आज वो है नहीं है, मैंने कहा ना वो एकदम से निकल जाएंगे, उनको बस वही नोट्स हो जाता है. But I'm just looking at that. The notes will just define them. Notes will define what is settlement and settlement geography. But I'm saying, do we have the understanding to see settlement will be studied by many people? Now tell me, smart city mission. Government of India launched smart city mission. Is everyone with me? And in that, government of India said that we will be investing so much. इतना करोड़ हम डालेंगे, 20 करोड़ हमने डाल दिया, बाकी the city has to generate on its own. So for a settlement to be viable, for a settlement to run, is money needed or not? Economists will also come in settlements or not? True. As a settlement is there, and we saw Patna getting flooded. Rain happened and monsoon is about to come. Again, the story will be like that. Yes, so right now, administration is struggling with giving electricity and water supply to the city settlement. And during the monsoon, what will they be struggling with? Removing water. True or not? Is everyone with me? Don't you think settlement is also the domain of a administrator, public administration fellow? So geography क्या है? What is geography? We will be looking at from the aspect of a geographer. I think Burj Khalifa is not a very good idea for a desert where the carrying capacity is very low. Yes, no? Saudi Arabia, UAE, we saw those migration corridors, no? So many people going to UAE. Do you know what's the temperature? अभी कुछ temperature 47, 48 चल रहा था दिल्ली में. Yes. I have so many people I know who are living in Dubai. They're saying यार 50 plus temperature रहता है. During the summers, you can't even think of going out. You, your pets, your plants, nothing can happen. We are living in an artificial environment. We are living in air-conditioned spaces. If there is a power cut, you can imagine what will happen. And can power cut happen? Very big challenge, right? So somebody recently asked me, would you want to sell your house in India and buy a house in Dubai? I said, why? No, Dubai is a good place. Dubai is the future. Now, I don't know what that person meant. The geographer in me told me he's gone mad. Dubai can never be the future. True or not? Dubai can never be the future. India has made a claim, right? Till COP26, India was not in favor of net zero. I want to tell you. Till COP26, Glasgow, India was not in favor of net zero. India was always on all platforms questioning it. They said that this is not in the agenda of Glasgow. We are not going to go into this. India was very, very clear on this. Do we get that, everyone? Then, I think John Kerry came, US से आए, सब लोगों ने कहा नहीं India, you must do that and you must do some commitment. At least if you are not on board, you are amongst the top 5 emitting nations. If you are not on board, how will it happen? True or not? So बहुत जगह से pressure भी पड़ता है. And remember our policy. Then we agreed. Okay, हमने कहा अगर international cooperation होगा, if we get cooperation, then we can go into it. And फिर we thought कि चलो ग्लासगो में देख कर आते हैं. उधर मोदी जी मूड में आ गए. मोदी जी ने सुनो बच्चों, भाइयों, मित्रों, तुम्हारे लिए पंचामृत. अपने लोग भी टेंशन में आ गए. मोदी जी क्या कहने वाले? ये तो सोचा नहीं था. मोदी जी को बोला मोदी जी अब वो कर सकते हैं, मतलब 20 people are saying net zero. हाँ मित्रों, तो हम करने वाले. वो जो मैंने आपको लास्ट टाइम दिया था 450 gigawatts. Let us increase it to 500 gigawatts. हो जाएगा. By 2030 we will have 500 gigawatts and by that time 50% energy will come from renewable. अरे यार, I am talking to you in 2022. 2030 पे मोदी जी कह रहे हैं 50% of our energy will turn renewable energy. पब्लिक कैसे देख रही है मोदी जी क्या कह रहे हैं? अब कह दिया तो कह दिया, करना तो पड़ेगा. ट्रू ना? Emission efficiencies will also go down by 40%. ठीक है? और एक बात सुनो, by 2070 हम नेट जीरो भी हो जाएंगे. विश्व गुरु आ चुका है. Yes, yesterday I was reading that 29 states in India were declared as open defecation free. अभी recent audit says 20 states and union territories में आज भी open defecation हो रहा है. Yesterday's Hindu editorial open करके देख लो. 3 women with the lota also in hand with photo. I showed my wife also. मैंने कहा ये जा रहे हैं. I said some people who don't know what is open defecation, no? So with photo Hindu has given ये nature's bliss के लिए जा रहे हैं. But declare तो कर दिया तो ODF. So 2030 will come, what will happen? India will become net zero. If a global report says this is not true, लिख रहा हूँ, जल्दी लिख रहा हूँ, फिर हम देखेंगे. True. So मोदी जी ने पंचामृत दे दिया है लोगों को, बहुत सुंदर, एंड पब्लिक ने बहुत मजे से लिया. They enjoyed it. इतना बढ़िया, और हमने भी उसको एंजॉय कर लिया है. अब ये चैलेंज हो जाता है नहीं हो जाता है एवरीवन. तो मोदी जी के पॉलिटिकल कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी में भी ओडीएफ फ्री नहीं हुआ. सौरभ, मैं तो ये पूछ रहा हूँ, 1-2 दिन में कह रहे हुआ, वो भी हुआ कि नहीं हुआ? मैं तो वो भी हैरान हूँ. नीरज, फिर से आपने हाथ उठाया या गलती से हाथ उठाया, क्या प्रश्न पूछे? I don't understand again my question. I want to know. I am watching your FC recording now. So far, so after that, can I directly join optional paper 2? Yes, beta, you can directly join. एकदम same question में same answer कह रहा हूँ. I said do the foundation course, beginners foundation, beginners geography foundation. जल्दी से कर लो उसको. ठीक है, उसको कर लो. Same question, same answer. नीरज, are you happy? बिगनर्स ज्योग्राफी फाउंडेशन करो, उसमें बहुत चीजें सिखा दी जाएंगी आपको. यू विल हैव द वोकैबुलरी नीडेड फॉर पेपर 2 एंड देन व्हेन आई स्टार्ट देयर इज अ फाउंडेशन कमिंग एट दिस थिंग आल्सो 7 डे. ठीक है, तो घबराओ नहीं. ऐसा नहीं होगा कि आपका ओवरहेड ट्रांसमिशन होगा, आपको समझ नहीं आ रहा है सर क्या बोल रहे हैं, ऐसा लग रहा है सर स्पीकिंग फ्रेंच. ऐसा नहीं होगा भाई, डोंट वरी. हाँ जी, चलिए लेट्स कम बैक. सो दैट्स व्हाट आई एम सेइंग, दैट सेगमेंट ज्योग्राफी वी मस्ट अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इट इज अबाउट. तो एरियाज तो बहुत सारे लोगों के, ज्योग्राफी एज अ सब्जेक्ट विल स्टडी, लुक एट इट फ्रॉम ज्योग्राफिकल पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, दैट वी मस्ट अंडरस्टैंड. ठीक है. द्विवेदी बोलते सर फ्रेंच एक्सेंट जरूर मिलेगा. द्विवेदी देखो यार, मेरी जान मतलब मुझे फ्रेंच नहीं आती, फ्रेंच एक्सेंट नहीं मिल पाएगा. थोड़ा फ्रॉम बिहार में ट्राई कर सकता हूँ. डू वी गेट दैट? मैं जितना हो पाएगा, मैं बेकार में कहूँ मैं फ्रेंच भी हो जाऊंगा, एंड बच्चा एडमिशन, अच्छा ही मास्टर जी फ्रेंच भी बोलेंगे, पूरा पैसा वसूल लगे, नहीं बोल पाएंगे, ठीक है। और पंजाबी भी नहीं बोल रहा मैं, okay, I can speak Punjabi, and then Naidu will listen and he will write there, sir, please speak in English, sir, as it is I don't understand, you are bringing Punjabi also, Punjabi, Bhojpuri and all those things, sir, please only English. Okay, so English medium batch, if I speak something other than English and you're not able to understand, please raise your hand, it will come in English also. True, everyone. So please write down settlement geography hai kya? It is a branch of geography. Can I say that? It is a branch of geography which studies the size, form and patterns of settlements. Size, form and patterns of settlements in a given space, along with the interlinking transport arteries, roads, infrastructural development within the settlement. Is everyone with me? तो ये भी संभव है, with me on this? Another aspect I can bring in, not only this, settlement geography also studies the growth and development of settlements over time. So can I say it is nothing but the spatio-temporal analysis? So in time also, space and time, it is the spatio-temporal analysis of what? Size, form, patterns of settlement. Okay, bada settlement, chota settlement, size, form, pattern, everything of that sort, and interlinking transport arteries, roads, everything is involved in that. With me on this? Achha, since we are talking about this, और ये जो भी मैंने आपको बताया, everyone, whatever I am telling you, please keep this in mind. All this will help you in making the answer geographical. See, I don't know about other educators. What is their understanding about the subject and whichever subject they are looking at. My experience, last 17 years, I have been dealing with students who are giving multiple means. They have given interview also. They have got their ranks also. They are improving. My experience has been more on a specific question. So when we write a human geography question or an answer, our answer looks more like a GS answer. And our experience has been that we don't get good marks. So we really want to clear this. We want to get into the top ranks. Tell us the remedy. Now, dealing with this question for so many years, year after year, my understanding of teaching is slightly different. My understanding is tell the student, not just syllabus, don't just complete the syllabus and notes. Develop that ability to see things from a geographical perspective. If you are not developing that, just going and writing those notes are not going to give you marks. I told you an architect is involved, a city planner is involved, everyone is involved in settlement geography. Get that? An economist is involved, a sociologist is involved. If there are social tensions in the groups, yes or no? I'm saying law and order administration is involved. Many things are involved. But settlement geography, how do we see things? We see things, the spatio-temporal analysis of what? Size, form, patterns, interlinking, arteries, infrastructure development and everything, where over time. Spatio-temporal. Okay. A last thing which I want to give you, and since I'm still introducing you what the subject is. So if you remember Vidal de la Blache, the French geographer, French school, that is why I gave you perspectives as the basis of it. French school, he was the father of human geography, remember? So he talked about human geography. So Vidal de la Blache identified that human beings have the urge to group together. Human beings have the urge to group together as social beings. This leads to the creation of settlements. Under a given under a given physical and human environment. So human beings, their urge to come together. Human beings, their urge to come together. Get that? Gives or leads to the creation of settlement, and settlements are created under a given physical or human environment. Is everyone okay? Physical or human environment में ही ये बनता है. If you remember some words from Vidal de la Blas जो हम यहाँ पे डाल सकते हैं, anything that you can think of, some technical words from Vidal de la Blas. Milieu, okay. So he transforms, human beings transform their milieu. True. They transform their milieu and convert it into phase. What are phase? Homogeneous regions. So they will create their characteristic settlement. So can I say in the IC region, Canadian region, they have converted it into areas where igloos are there? 2 igloos. No, not 2, but there can be many more. Yes. In Japan, it is prone to earthquake. So Japanese houses are generally vibration proof. Means vibration, they can take vibration. Generally, Japanese villages, their houses are built on skilled supports. So house is not on the ground. House is on a frame, which is wooden frame. उसके बाद house बनेगा उस पर. Do you understand? The house is like this. अच्छा, icy areas, taiga region, you will have slanting roofs, so that if snow comes, it goes down. But if you are in Rajasthan, you will have flat roof. You want the water to come and then that to accumulate, and there is water harvesting also happening. Higher Rajasthan, hot areas, you will find the height of the ceiling is kept higher. Yes, so that's also, these are various things where people will be doing that. Achha, if you go to Kashmir, the houses of Kashmir are mostly using the raw material, local raw material. You will see wood is used a lot of it. But if you go to Rajasthan, they will use stone more, sandstone or other stones, whichever is available. पूर्वी ब्रिक तो है, ब्रिक तो मिट्टी से बनती है, बट जो स्टोन है, जब आपके पास कोटा स्टोन हो गया, and all those things, that is there. Some more windows on houses in Kashmir. So I'm saying windows तो यार आप more or less की बात छोड़ो. It is about which will be the orientation of the window. House का facing, which side should the house face, and all those things. So those are also there. Is everyone with me on this? Are you with me on this? Big red stone, बिल्कुल ठीक है. अब थोड़ा सा settlement and settlement geography is my class comfortable. Now I want to show you the syllabus. Because for population you could have understood immediately. So what happens is teachers start and they start completing the syllabus. देखो ये भी हो गया, ये भी हो गया, ये भी हो गया, all done. See, you are happy. अब तुम्हारा मोक्ष मिल गया. But I believe before going to the syllabus, student must know ना. Now I want you to read the syllabus from here. Types and patterns of rural settlement. Remember, first we became rural. Environmental issues in rural settlements. Make sense? Now you know what are rural settlement. So give me an environmental issue in a rural settlement. Anyone? Can you give me an environmental issue in a rural settlement? Quickly. Environmental issue in a rural settlement. British is saying drought. British drought can come in city also. Rural settlement की बात हो रही है. Drought. Environmental issue in rural settlement. Open defecation, very good. Poor sanitation, very good. How to handle biological waste, animal waste. ये जो आप पराली burning सुनते हो, पराली burning, agricultural residue. How to handle that? Yes or no? अच्छा, are we using secondary energy source or primary energy source? So what is primary, secondary? Primary is you directly burn the natural product like wood and fodder, and secondary is you turn it into electricity. So गांव में electricity आ रही है या biomass burn कर रहे हैं? Biomass burn कर रहे हैं. Smoke happening because of that? Quite possible. Yes or no? अच्छा, agriculture is based on chemicals and pesticides. Chemicals and pesticides will do what? Everyone, what will the chemicals and pesticides do? जल्दी बता दो. What will the chemicals and pesticides do? Degradation of soil. Perfect. That will happen, no doubt about that. Soil degradation is going to happen. Leaching can happen. Those pesticides can go into this soil. Yes or no? आज ही हिंदू में कल आया था endosulfan in Kerala. Endosulfan in Kerala. Nothing. The government has done nothing to give them this thing. कल आया था. Use हो गया ना? Everyone, you people are wondering how will I use it? इधर आ गया environmental issues in rural settlement. आज किसी ने मैंने दिया है feedback has used good examples for this thing. इसने एक तो संचारी का homework was good. संचारी good work, you had done that. So see, you have the advantage if you are doing my courses. You have the advantage that your teacher keeps track of your progress also. You know, हवा में नहीं है, syllabus खत्म कराया. We just finished the syllabus and then you go and asking thousands of educators, sir, is the notes enough? I finished with that educator. Why bring disrespect to an educator also? Your educator would have told you, no, whether notes are enough or not. So yeah, Ritika has done a good work. She's taken a lot of examples. But Ritika, somewhere I was not happy with an example which you taken comparing India and Sri Lanka. So that was not a very good example. ठीक है? श्रीलंका की जो डेमोक्रेसी और हमारी जो डेमोक्रेसी उसमें फर्क है भाई. ठीक है? So, but otherwise good work. Okay. So specific feedbacks will be given. Sir, contamination, water bodies due to fertilizer, absolutely okay. And I'm saying, like biomass residue not being properly handled, lot of fuel being burnt, the waste generation that is happening, that is also there. So, आप एक बात बताओ, without teaching also you have some idea or not? Without teaching also. And I always say my job too. That is not that I will not teach. My job is to make you think and link and to give you much more higher levels of understanding in this. वो तो मैं करूँगा तो. Get it? But are you a zero? Why should a teacher treat his or her student as a zero? आप में भी तो कुछ होना चाहिए. Just by knowing the syllabus, just by telling you what things are, we have come to some idea. Is everyone with me? Hierarchy of urban settlement. Now finish. Rural settlement is finished. Rural settlement is finished. Both paper 1 and paper 2, only one topic is rural settlement. Remaining whole of the topic of paper 1 and paper 2 is urban settlements. So please understand, settlement geography is biased, is talking more about urban settlements than rural settlements. What do I mean by urban hierarchy? Hierarchy of urban settlement. Anyone can you make a guess? Do we have Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai, Delhi as the top 4 metros of India? What comes next? What comes next? Which city comes to mind next? Is it Itarasi? Is it Coimbatore? What city comes to your mind next? So Bangalore, Hyderabad, yes or no? So can I say there will be a hierarchy of urban settlements also? There will be big cities, there will be smaller cities. True or not? So beta सर्वेश्वर अभी लखनऊ का नंबर बहुत नीचे है बैंगलोर हैदराबाद से. That is what I am saying. We don't know much. So there is a hierarchy of cities also based on their population, based on their function. होनी चाहिए hierarchy. So that hierarchy is also there. Is everyone with me? Perfect. Concept of primate city. कल मैंने आपको बताया primate city in Latin America. What has happened? Most of the city stays inside the capital town. That is called primate city. Functional classification of town. Remember classification of climate. There are so many towns unko classify karna. Sphere of urban influence. So how far the influence of a city goes? How far? Up to what point the influence of a city reach? That is called sphere of urban influence. Are you with me on this? Rural urban fringe, satellite towns. You've heard of satellite towns? We'll be talking about that also. Urban morphology. How are city structures or how does the urban planning happens? That is also going to be there. And all this will lead to what? Sustainable development of cities so that all the problems are solved in that. Is the syllabus understood? Does it make sense now? This is the syllabus. Are we going to do architecture in this? No. Are we going to do politics in this? No. But when we're talking about sustainable development, should we talk about SDGs? Should we talk about smart city mission of India? Should we talk about Amrut? Have you heard of Amrut also? Urban renewal scheme. अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी जी के नाम पे जो की गई है. उससे पहले उसको JNURM कहा जाता था, जवाहरलाल नेहरू अर्बन रिन्यूअल मिशन. But remember, the government changes, the name changes. Jawaharlal Nehru changes to Amrut, Atal Mission on Urban Renewal. Is everyone okay? So that's what we are talking about. Is the syllabus comfortable? And I want to tell you that all that Amrut and Jawaharlal Nehru Urban Renewal Mission that is coming in paper 2. So in paper 1, what will we be dealing with? World, and other is theories. Is everyone with me on this? So मैं theoretical understanding भी लेकर आऊँगा आपके पास. This is what my intention to tell you. Is everyone okay? So first, what we should start with? पहले किससे शुरू करें? Rural से करें? Okay. PY क्यों देखें? Rural में क्या question आता है? Rural का question is discuss the role of site in determining the type and pattern of rural settlement. Sites, location, geography. Simple question. Discuss the role of geography in determining the type and pattern of rural settlement. What type of rural settlement will be there? Will it be dense? Will it be scattered? Will it depend on the location? Yes or no? Everyone, can you think of that? You have to discuss the role. You have to discuss the role of physiography, the climate, the water. Make sense? Simple है? So desert में क्या होगा? Desert में scattered होगा, scattered type. And North Indian plains, what will it be? Dense type. Make sense? Everyone with me on this? If you are with me on this, then the job is done. इतना समझना है. If you have understood, the job is done. Are we clear? If any questions, please ask. Urban geography is nothing but city in area and city as area. We'll talk about this later on. पहले रूरल देखते थे. पेपर 2 में क्या है? Present a comparative analysis of geographical factors responsible for distribution of human settlements in Rajasthan desert and northeast. So such a beautiful question. This is the question and these are the examples. UPSC itself has solved a question for us or not? P by Q. Give us the answer also. True or not? Only thing is that is for paper 1. So paper 1 I have to go international example and here I have to give national example. So how will we get international? अरे बाबा राजस्थान की जगह can't you make it Sahara? True or not? Or northeast की जगह make it Mongolia? Mongolia, remember, the least densely populated country in the world. Job done. Mongolia, high भी है, desert भी है, plateau भी है. Same thing. Exactly the same thing. Give an account of geographical conditions responsible for the development of type of rural settlements in India. Can you see same question repeated in multiple ways? Same whiskey, only the bottle changes. True or not? Same politicians, only the party changes. Only the time changes, only the kundali changes. Yes or no? Astrology changes for them. अपना टाइम आएगा उनका भी आएगा. True? चलिए, तो ये सिटी वाला भी छोड़ दूं. But are you comfortable with what we have talked about? City में I'm saying they are talking about primate city, discuss Nelson's method of classification, urban morphology, discuss the model given by Burgess, Homer, Hoyt. So my job to bring you the theory of all these people. That's my job. My notes, they will help you. But I can give you information, knowledge and wisdom आप लेकर आएंगे ना. So my classes are an invitation to knowledge and wisdom. And I would generally not entertain the question, sir, मैंने उनसे किया सर नोट से हो जाएगा. उन्हीं से पूछ लो ना. And if you haven't looked at the previous year question, then what's the point? Tell me, will I say note se ho jayega? Will you say after looking at the questions? After looking at UPSC, you'll say, yeah, everything is done, yeah. There are certain new areas which he asked, but based on what I have learned, I can brainstorm and come to it. I can use my notes as my raw material and get to that answer. Examine the census concept. So, India, what is the definition of urban area? That is called the census definition. आज कुछ data उस पर भी लाऊंगा. Discuss the process, pattern, and impact of urbanization in India. Yes. Outline the role of class 2, class 3 towns in. So, remember hierarchy. What is their role? Class 1 तो समझ में 2 और 3 का कोई रोल है या नहीं? Indicate their contribution towards balanced urban development. Oh yes, small towns have a big role to play. True or not? Small towns will definitely have a big role to play. In fact, this urban migration which is happening everywhere, will they act as counter magnet or not? So somebody is moving from Patna towards Delhi. Should Allahabad, Kanpur, Lucknow act as counter magnet or not? But if he feels that like Allahabad, Lucknow, and Kanpur are also not going to give me any better opportunities than Patna, so then he will straight away come to Delhi. True or not? So the role of class 2 and class 3 is to stop everyone coming from Delhi, because if everyone comes to Delhi, Delhi gets crowded. Delhi will get a situation where it is unsustainable. Yes or no? So sustainable urbanization is about that. Achha, one more thing. The bigger the city, the more complex the city. Do we need more funds to run that city? Will we need law and order challenges? Will we need super specialty hospitals and all that? So please understand, having a settlement is a costly thing. Having a settlement is a costly thing. So you live in a house. Your father bought that house. That house was 30 lakh rupees. Do you have money for that? You did not have money for that. What did your father do? He took a loan from the bank. Yes or no? And last 15 to 20 years, he has been repaying that. True. Now, maybe that 30 lakh rupees house has now become 50 lakh. Possible? Why? Because inflation and everything is going up. But I want to tell you, your father was also paying the interest. So actually, he did not pay 30 lakh rupees. He also paid 50 lakh rupees. So if you think there is appreciation of the land happening, there is interest also involved in that. It's a simple mathematics. Is everyone okay? If you have a house of your own. Now, unfortunately, because of speculation, if you are living in Delhi or Mumbai, you want a similar size house. I'm talking about this house available, say, in Madhya Pradesh, Indore, Bhopal, yes, or in somewhere in Andhra Pradesh, somewhere in Odisha. Yes, 30 lakh is a big amount. But you come to Mumbai, you ask for the same house, he says 3 crore rupees. You've never thought of 3 crore rupees. What do you do now? And the fear of 3 crore rupees loan is much bigger. भाई साहब 3 crore का लोन लूंगा तो सारे दिन वही टेंशन होगी या नहीं होगी? Is everyone with me? So what has happened? The price of land, the price of everything has increased tremendously in these cities, yes or no? And people are still going over there. Now, when you take such loans, will you eat into your quality of life? Man ki shanti, sab chali gayi. On top of that, you have children and their education bill, that is also costly. So the father, when he looks at the children, he looks at itna investment, padhai to kar le, IAS to ban ja. नहीं पापा, I want to go cinema, and he gives जूता. दिमाग मत खराब करो यार, सारे दिन में काम करता, तुझको सिनेमा जाना है. True or not? Psychological tensions, the joy of living, the joy of the family would be gone or not? True. अब बताओ, tier 2, tier 3 cities का important role है या नहीं? Class 2 and class 3 cities, will they stop congestion in Mumbai, in Delhi, in Chennai? Very big role or not? But the problem is, are these cities offering good services? No, they are not offering good services. So I'm forced to do that. Thank you, Unacademy. From whichever city I am, at least you brought quality education wherever needed. True or not? Many people ask me, sir, can I come to Delhi? And Delhi में मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ, ये जो Delhi के rentals है, at least 20 to 25,000 rupees per month goes in rent. If you want to stay in bunk beds, एक के ऊपर एक, तब probably 15,000 में हो जाएगा. The quality of life is gone totally. So 25,000 rupees a month for 1 year. चलो 20 मान ले, 17 minimum माना दिव्यांशु ने, so 20 मान लेते for a decent one. 2.4 lakh rupees for a year is needed. Yes or no? That is just for staying over there. Electricity, food, and everything. Please connect and add to that. That will be another 20,000 rupees. Yes. So 4.8 lakh rupees done. You are in the city, lot of movement and everything. That is also going to there. So I think 5 to 6 lakh rupees for a year is going to go into that. Add to it the coaching fees of 1.5 to 2 lakh rupees. 8 lakh rupees. And an academy gives you at a price of 2 years, 3 years ka subscription within under 1 lakh rupees. True, right at your home. Makes a difference. And living in Delhi, everyone, please get that. It is very polluted. It is very congested. Anything you take here is going to be costly. Your health cost and everything will go. और फिर यहाँ पे अगर आपको मोहब्बत हो गई, if you fall in love, yes, जो तुम्हारी उम्र है, दिमाग से नहीं दिल से चलते हो, and love also time pass, nothing else. You will fall in love many a times. So the goal is gone. Goal for which your parents had spent, saved money, and like probably compromised on many things. And it's very, very normal to have so many distractions. So many distractions. And then what happens? Instead of a student, you become a bhakt. सर ने कहा था सर जहाँ कहेंगे मैं पहुंच जाऊंगा सर एनी टाइम यू से आई विल रीच ओवर देयर सर आप पुरुष नहीं महापुरुष हो टीचर आल्सो बिकमिंग सुपरस्टार ट्रिपल आर बन रहा है वो ये सुनो केजीएफ सुपरस्टार उसके नोट से हो रहा है नहीं हो रहा ऐड मार के इतना मार दिया पब्लिक खत्म ट्रू और नॉट सुपरमैन की ड्रेस पहन के आ रहा कभी सुपरमैन उड़ रहा है टीचर हो गए सुपरमैन कब से बने बैटरी लगाई थी ट्रू और नॉट एंड if you find anything wrong in their answer students answer give them feedback सर ने ये कहा था कोई भी अगर आपका गलत करे तो उनसे बात मत करना don't talk to anyone who gives feedback they are negative people ये भी सही है it is like आश्रम में जो बताया वही सही है बाकी सब गलत है सब गुफा बना रहे true I'm saying class 2 class 3 cities have a big role to play true or not दिव्यांशु क्या करोल बाग में चलना सब जगह चलना यार why are you talking about civil services almost everywhere true or not almost everywhere it's going into commercialization true or not I'm not getting into just education even medicine the kind of medical consultancy which is being offered in urban areas is overpriced the kind of medical treatment which can happen in 5,000 rupees normally will be charged 50,000 rupees why because you have an insurance this is how the insurance industry goes true schools are charging phenomenal fees you go to the taxis and everything has a phenomenal fees खुशी कह रहे सर व्हाट अबाउट स्मॉल कोचिंग जो फेमस नहीं हुए वो कैसे अपना बिजनेस करते हैं खुशी टेलीग्राम पे करते आपने देखा हो टेलीग्राम पे कितने लोग हैं हमारे बच्चे पास होते हैं रिजल्ट अगले दिन कहते हैं 200 बच्चे हमारे से पास हो गए बहुत सही है देयर सो मेनी स्टूडेंट्स हु क्लियर दे वर वर्किंग इन दीस कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट्स महात्मा गांधी नरेगा एंड टुमारो दे स्टार्ट सेइंग सर से इसी में जाओ वर्ड ऑफ माउथ दे हैव देयर ओन वे ऑफ स्प्रेडिंग थिंग्स टेल मी वन थिंग खुशी there is a big brand restaurant in your city there is a McDonald's in your city there is a Domino's in your city but there is small sweet fellow also no Ramu sweet Shamu sweet Agarwal sweet is very popular in North India होगा ना उसकी भी तो अपनी एक मार्केट होगी will people start saying अच्छा इसका समोसा is the best so they have their ways so are you asking me that economics or are you also planning to open one institute छोटा वाला हो सकता है कि सर मैं भी खोल लेती हूँ nobody knows everyone if your house costed 30 lakh rupees yes a city which has 1 lakh houses listen to me a city which has 1 lakh houses will require electricity for that will require roads for that will require sanitation for that will require water supply for that will require law and order administration for that will require cleanliness hygiene and everything uska paisa lagega ya nahi lagega everyone where will the money come from everyone for running all the facilities that a city has where will the money come from Saurabh says tax everyone so that means city must be able to generate its revenue everyone who's listening to me do you agree that Sri Lanka failed to generate the revenue needed for its running so everyone running a city is a costly affair are you getting that compare running Kanpur with Delhi which one is costlier Delhi is costlier so why don't we upgrade Kanpur at low cost urban functions facilities will be available why should people from Kanpur leave to Delhi why should they come from Patna which is the capital of Bihar to Mumbai whereas the cost of living in Patna is less upgrading Patna revenue generate karna is there do you understand unnecessarily a point will come where ridiculous prices of land will be there in Mumbai this is an indirect economic way of telling people don't come to Mumbai bhai true or not and think about Patna is waiting for that urban thing to happen Bhubaneswar is waiting for that urban thing to happen people need to have convictions what are the politicians doing on that politicians तो पेपर से निकलवा रहे हैं कौन बांग्लादेशी है कौन हिंदुस्तानी है कौन किस धर्म के हो कौन किस जात के हो द सोशल कैपिटल इज जस्ट गेटिंग फ्रैगमेंटेड ट्रू और नॉट डू यू सी द इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ क्लास 2 and class 3 cities very very big importance look at the legislators around your state talk to them raise these questions be the social capital मेरे छोटे शहर को अच्छा करिए मुझे नहीं जाना दिल्ली I don't want to go to Delhi my city deserves the best तो आपने सुना इंदौर को कई बार अवार्ड मिलता है क्लीन सिटी का मिलता है नहीं मिलता है why people over there are doing that yes or no सूरत में प्लेग फैला था सूरत was notorious for plague ask सूरत check सूरत now सूरत has transformed true or not तो ये जो छोटे शहर का सपना है कि one day I will go to a big city bring the social capital my dear students young boys and girls you people feel that you will be able to do great in life only when you become an IAS officer I am saying so many IAS officers don't have the social capital to bring a transformation in the minds of people आपके पास आ सकता है but who's teaching आपके तो क्वेश्चन क्या थे सर दूसरे एजुकेटर से क्या नोट से हो जाएगा क्या हो जाएगा या चाय से भी हो जाएगा ट्रू Completely different sir. Now Surat emerged as third largest in terms of capturing migration. बिल्कुल हर्ष. So Surat is inviting migration. People are going towards Surat. तो सूरत भी तो कैपेसिटी हो जाएगी ना बच्चे. Yes or no? Let us talk about Ahmedabad. सूरत बड़े शहर हैं, बड़े शहर अहमदाबाद, बड़ौदा, सूरत. इनके आगे भी तो बढ़ना होगा. Otherwise they will get that. So tier 2, tier 3, tier 2, tier 3. We don't need multi-speciality hospitals in every town. बहुत बड़ा केस आ गया तो दिल्ली चले जाइए. बहुत बड़ा केस आ गया दिल्ली चले जाइए, वरना तो उसके सराउंडिंग एरियाज में there should be tier 2 level facilities or not. Every time is not an emergency. True or not? So think about it. ये क्वेश्चन है, outline the role of class 2 and class 3 towns in urban process of India, and the student is looking for notes and not able to think and link. Notes are there, notes will be given, we'll talk about that. In paper 2 we'll bring those case studies also. But आप मुझे खुद बताइए आपके शहर में चाहिए कि नहीं चाहिए? Huge things. People say sir example कहाँ से लाऊं? So I want to tell you that most of us have lived only in classrooms. Classroom से बाहर निकलो, जिंदगी और भी है यार. True or not? और सोचो अब तो दिल्ली भी नहीं आ रहे, घर में ही थे. भाई, this is what I wanted. I have taken 1 hour in telling you what is settlement geography, in giving you a world of the questions that are asked, and I'm very, very sure you are looking at it. You don't know about who are these people, Burgess, Homer, Hoyt, Nelson, but you clearly see that this area is something where I can have my views. Is everyone okay? So पहले किससे शुरू कर रहे हैं? Rural settlement से शुरू करते हैं. Rural settlement. Let us start with rural settlement. क्या होता है rural settlement? The word that comes to my mind is village is a rural settlement. I think rural settlements अगर मुझसे पूछें, so place which has more than 9 dwelling units. DU चलेगा? It is not Dobson units. कुछ लोग ऐसे DU लिखकर फिर after 10 years when you open up और notes देखो मुझे पास होना है. DU क्या होता है? Delhi University. Dwelling units. Everyone, what is dwelling units? जहाँ पे रहते हैं, dwelling भी. Many people know after the whole course is over, no? After that they ask me, sir, dwelling क्या होता है? Dwelling is where you live. एक village है. So I want to tell you that this is an agricultural land. A river was flowing by. True. So people decided to live close to it, and they created a hut over here. Hut over here. Is everyone okay? So ये जो 2-3 dwelling units होते हैं ना, 2-3 dwelling units, that is called as a hamlet. So what are created? Hamlets are created. So which one is bigger, village or hamlet? Village. Okay. अच्छा यहाँ पे क्या हुआ? इधर ना एक fertile patch था, तो they started doing some agriculture. Get that? So this was the fertile patch. They realized that they are not able to protect this side. So what they did was they created 2 more dwelling units here. Farm में ही बना दिया. Is everyone okay? Within the farm they have created. Now you have more dwelling units. They are separated also. So if you have around 5 to 7 dwelling units, we call it farmstead. You are primarily engaged in primary activities. Now you don't know agriculture, but you know fishing. So इधर कुछ लोगों ने क्या किया? एक fishing hamlet बना लिया. Possible? These are the fishing people. सर मैं ऐसे ही एक हैमलेट में रहता हूँ नदी के किनारे. ओके, बहुत अच्छी बात है. नदी किनारे रहो, आनंद में रहो, साफ हवा पानी में रहो. ओके, चलिए आगे बढ़े. Okay. Now what happens is these fishing people, they want rice. Rice के साथ अच्छा लगेगा. And the rice people are looking for protein. Will they exchange? Remember, human beings, Vidal de la Blas, they have an urge to live together. Barter system, will they engage? So they will meet each other. करेंगे. ठीक है. So probably over a period of time, they have created some connecting कच्चा roads. Remember, villages में कच्चा road होता है, concrete road होता है. Mostly some कच्चा roads are there. So during the rainy season, they get filled up. So that's the primary modes of this thing. Mud भी हो सकता है. So brick road is also possible. Sort of depends on the level of development of a village. अभी तो village भी नहीं है ना. अभी तो this is not even a village. So they are interacting. Now what happens is these can be different tribes also possible. These are different tribes also possible. T1, T2, T3. Now sometimes conflict happens. Possible. Sometimes conflict happens, and they want to resolve it. So all these tribes, they said, let us not fight. There have been fights in between them. They said, let us create 3 people. These are the heads. These are the wise men from each tribe. They are like our Supreme Court. Whatever they say, that will be there. Do we get that? So 3 of them said, okay, इधर एक काम करते हैं, देवी माँ का मंदिर बनाते हैं. What will we create? Devi Ma's temple. So everyone comes, and it is next to a pond. Next to a pond. So you take a bath in this pond and then visit Devi Ma. True or not? Possible? Religion is also coming. True. Dushyant keh raha है something in my area. Dushyant field से बाहर आओ. ऐसा नहीं कि मैं तुम्हारी कहानी बता रहा हूँ. I'm just saying, like from hunters and gatherers, we have been growing. This is how the idea of religion came. So today what we are saying, अरे उधर क्या है, चेक करके बताओ कौन सा वो था. अरे those were historical time. What were the situations over there? Who knows? No, those were invaders. हम तो यहाँ पे हमेशा ही पूजा करते हैं. Yes or no? So that's going on. अच्छा, what happened was there was generally, flood is happening. So these three people said, सुनो यार, flood is happening and we are wise people. We see shortage of this thing. So why can't we have a granary? एक बड़ी सी greenery बनाओ. Have a granary. Possible? So this is common greenery. Correct? Everything is there. And then they decide, okay, no, we must do something, an activity where everyone will participate. So वहाँ पर एक बहुत बड़ा celebration भी होता है. This whole area has been made community land. इधर मेला भी लगता है. Yes. अच्छा, there should be a bazaar also. So they said, अच्छा एक काम करते हैं, इधर एक बाजार भी लगा देते हैं. To market your products, no, there is a bazaar also. Everyone, this colorful, beautiful thing, can it be called as a village? With time, what happened? These tribe people, their children also increased. छोटू मोटू, सोनू मोनू का भी घर आ गया, चिंटू का भी घर आ गया, इधर पप्पू का भी घर आ गया. Yes or no? More and more land is getting occupied. Yes or no? Dwelling units are increasing or not? This is how settlement happens and rural settlements are created. True. Is it only here? Well, another area possible. Here is another village. Here is another village. Village 1, village 2, village 3. True or not? Now I'm saying we realize that villages have some specialization also. Villages have some specialization. So some people were able to take the boat and reach here. Possible? What is this? Trading happening. There is a community which is trading also. Will ideas be exchanged or not? Ideas will also be exchanged over there. True? So this fellow comes, trader comes here. He likes a girl from village 1. He marries her. They are not happy. He takes her on the boat and takes him back to that village. Fight between the villages. हमारी लड़की को चुरा कर ले गया. This is how Hindi movies are created. True? Enemy village. Village 1 versus village 3. What are these? Enemy village. यहाँ पे देवी पूजा होती है, यहाँ पर देव पूजा होती है. हमारी देवी और उनका देव. True or not? This is what religion is here. We are saying अगर मैं हिंदू हूँ, ये हूँ, वो हूँ, मुस्लिम हूँ, ये हूँ. This is how it starts. तो अब ये है कि इतिहास में now there is a whole story also. One trader came and this thing. So what happened? Free trade agreement cancel. No FTA between you. Not allowed. Yes. But there is someone who decides to resolve the dispute of all this. And this is called, can I say, next tier of administration can come? Block, district, state headquarter. Yes or no? Many villages can combine together under a big headquarter or not. That can be a city. Many villages can come. Now that the city planner wants the villages to be more interactive, so what does he do? He has the money. Remember, city has the money. So what does he do? He creates a bridge. What do we have now? The river has a bridge also. Bridge ban gaya. But moment bridge was created, people from that village came, this village came, fight happened or not? Check karo, tumhara mandir, hamara mandir. Then they started fighting. Yes or no? After the fight, what happened? Finally, the village old man is dying, and he says, "ये सब लड़ाई बंद करो, सब भाई भाई हैं, दोस्ती कर लो." Yes or no? And all those things are lost, and this whole thing, instead of this bridge, now it is called as love highway. ऐसा करते हैं. Possible? फिल्म बन सकती है इस पर. I think कंगन को तो लगी रहा है, मेरे गांव की बात चल रही सर. True or not? But are you understanding what I am trying to do here? I am trying to do this growth, development of settlements over time. How a hamlet, a farmstead, a village turns into a big villa. True? Big village. Multiple. Can I say there will be specialization? V2 is specialized in something. They are specialized in agricultural implements. Possible? V1 is specialized in herbs and the seeds. V2 are specialized in irrigation techniques. Possible or not? True. This is how settlements grow. And rural settlements, many rural settlements will come under a king, and king will have a city somewhere, and he will be administering them. इसी तरह से यार गांव बने, गांव में बहुत सारी कहानियां किससे हुए. आज हम हिस्ट्री को पलट दें, किसी को पता है were we present at that time? What was the situation? No, that fellow was killing, this fellow was pro this, that was the historians. Who knows? True or not? And sir, I want to know, sir. We must know. We must be proud of our this thing. Yeah, you must be proud of this thing. Sri Lanka also has time for checking the history. No, Sri Lanka के पास दवाई नहीं है खाने को यार. Imagine. all these activities which we do, they are activities of leisure. Do you think Sri Lanka will be finding out which was this a Christian one, or was this a Sinhali one, or a Tamil one? Sri Lanka has been divided on communal lines by their politicians for very long. Look at what is happening in Sri Lanka. All people have come together. Chod yaar, zinda rehna hai. True or not? That's what we're talking about. Is everyone understanding what is a village? True, Hamlet. That is what I want. On this, I would suggest let us take a thinking break. Let us take a thinking break. We'll come after the break, and this break is for 13:06 हो गया ना? To 13:30, 7-minute break. When a person from a village who's always lived in a village for the first time comes to a city, will that person see a stark change in everything? True or not? I want to know, can you people in this break think what would be the difference between rural and urban? Get it? So that's my break. So let's take a 7-minute break, 6-minute break. Think about, and when you come back, we will continue from this. There are many differences like quality of life, economic activity, social interaction. Okay. Mission Tabby, 2 more minutes. Good that you typed. Graph, when a person from the rural area comes for the first time, he or she will be absolutely shocked. Perfect. So transportation is very different. Yes, you're correct. Absolutely correct. What else? Population pollution are much more in urban areas. Advanced administration. Okay, that is also there. Pragati is talking about infrastructure. Perfect. And this is what Saurabh has shared for us. Roads are not much good. Absence of street lights, small and kacha house. So ये दोनों same point है. ठीक है. Good administration, not much. Good administration, not much. Sort of poor English, yeah. With this language, no, the examiner gets this thing, a feeling that the student doesn't have much of maturity in the language terms. So work on that. Just a suggestion. Good air quality, not so good air quality. अरे यार, rural area also depends on the region, no? Air quality कई बार वहाँ भी खराब होती है. चलिए. So everyone good try. All the people, Madhukar is saying job opportunities, education, and whatever you're saying, per capita income, Divyanshu, perfect. So good that you gave it a thought. I am so glad that all of you gave it a thought. Now I want to tell you that if you are looking for marks, this brainstorming is with you. Very good. That basic understanding you have, I'm so glad you started thinking. But in the answer, you should be mature. And yesterday also I told you there's a difference between point versus headings. True or not? Points are infinite. Naidu is saying rural people interact with environment. Naidu, I want to give you a sentence. All human beings interact with environment irrespective of rural or urban. Headings are finite. Headings are mature. Points can be just, like not processed, no processing. It is madness. This is method in madness. True or not? So how should we brainstorm? You have a tendency to brainstorm, immediately you start going into points. My request is go into headings. Okay. Okay, let me demonstrate. My intention was not to make you do the answer. My intention was to make you start thinking. So I think if I write this as rural settlements and if I write this as urban settlements, my first heading is demographic. There are demographic differences. Population size and density is low. Here it is high. Do you agree? Growth rate generally low. Here it is high. True or not? Sex ratio in the villages, जल्दी बताइए, high or low? Villages में sex ratio. So people who are saying low, answer is high. Number of women will be more because men migrate. So जितने भी लोग कर रहे थे, सबसे ज़्यादा कम मिलेगी चंडीगढ़, दिल्ली में, urban areas. Males migrate more. Remember Ravenstein's laws यहाँ पे डालना है. Workforce जल्दी से बताइए, high or low? Workforce pyramid जो बताया था, high or low? खुशी ने फिर इसमें हाई लिखा है. अरे बेटा वर्कफोर्स यहाँ पे लो है, यहाँ पे हाई है. जॉब पीपल, इकोनॉमिक माइग्रेशन फॉर जॉब, डिपेंडेंट पॉपुलेशन कहाँ पर हाई है? ट्रू. दिस कैन बी कन्वर्टेड इनटू अ सेंटेंस और अ पैरा. One para with examples. Now a student who's not very confident with his or her preparation, he will say, oh my god, I have got 6 points. 1 point only. One theme only. Do you get that? That is when somebody said Kacha Road and this thing, houses, they are the same point. Is everyone okay? So try and understand what's the difference between mature thinking and the difference between just having something. That is why our brainstorming lacks depth and the power. Now brainstorming cannot be taught to someone who just comes walking in, window shopping, Netflix, ये मास्टर भी देख लेते हैं, चलो बताओ मेरे नोट से हो जाएगा, मैंने दूसरे मास्टर से कर लिया. No. Brainstorming is something, one day you try it, you see a better sample, next day you again improve. It's like you building your muscles. You go to the gym every day or not? If you keep trying one gym to other and not work out, will anything happen? तो पिछला दिन तो ये बता रहा था, आप ये बता रहे हो, then you are having a comment on the gyms rather than getting any result. Least interested in anyone who's doing this for education, who's using education like gym instructor, no point. उनके साथ टाइम देने का भी नहीं. Yes, some people come, अच्छा वो मेरे वाले सर तो सिर्फ पढ़ाते थे, ये वाला चेक भी करता है. सर मेरे आंसर चेक करोगे? पराली बर्निंग के लिए नहीं. If you really do some work, if you know brainstorming, you do this, अच्छा लगता है. You people submit. You know you were in the class. You submitted on the group. Yes, it was good to give feedback because I know my students are doing these are small little green shoots which will turn into beautiful plants. टाइम पास घूमते घूमते चेक करवाने, तो उन्हीं से करवा लो यार जो हम पढ़ा रहे थे तुमको. ठीक है. Economy. So is the economy very different? Primary sector is what rural settlement is about. It can be agri and allied activities, fishing, mining, quarrying क्या होता है? पत्थर तोड़ना, stone. आज हिंदू में देखेंगे आप sand mining की एक पिक्चर आई हुई है, yes no? Sand mining. Agri and allied is animal husbandry in that, yes, and forestry possible. But here secondary, manufacturing and tertiary and quaternary and whatever you want to, possible or not? Everyone, are you with me on this? So that's economy. That is economy. Primary, secondary, tertiary. Big difference or not? I think the economy here is labor intensive. That is why we see the problem of disguised unemployment. Yes or no? Here we see it is mostly capital and technology intensive. Yes, sir. Can I say per capita income is low and reducing contribution to GDP? Here we are able to extract more. Per capita income is more. People are getting more. Purchasing power is higher. PP, purchasing power. You've heard of that? Per capita income. GDP इन्हीं से होता है. GDP percentage, higher contribution. True or not? I think their economy at times is traditional, barter based. Yes or no? Either economy is purely technology. This is market or money based. True or not? Previously, villages used to have their capital in form of kind also. I don't have the money. I'm a villager. I don't have the money, but I have a cattle shed. From my cattle shed, people collect cow dung. People collect cow urine. Remember those biofuels, manures, and I sell milk also. I don't have money, but I have a commodity. True or not? I have a commodity. People will give me something else in return. Yes or no? So village economies used to be very closely integrated. Yes or no? Standing for each other. Economies have changed now. What has happened? Market commodification of everything. Today, even in the village, if you don't have the money, you have a problem. Everything is monetized. Do you understand? Monetizing of economy comes with its own challenges. Tell me one thing. Do villages have options to earn money? Do villages have options to earn money? The only way to earn money is sell their agricultural product in the mandi. वहीं पे जाकर हो सकता है. If that is not there, it is not the harvest season, and you need money, medical emergency, बेटे की शादी, बेटे का admission. Do you have access to money? जल्दी से बताइए. Village does not have. Urban area, does it have access to money anytime? Can I become a Zomato delivery boy for one day? बन सकता हूँ? Yes. Can I become a Uber taxi driver? Can I sell pakoras? And will people buy it? Because village में पकोड़ा खोलूंगा कोई नहीं आ रहा. True or no? So everyone, can I get money? And how is the economy running today? Monetized. I need money. For anything and everything, do I need money or not? Good thing or a bad thing? Think about it. It's a good idea to have money. Give power to money for everything. And that is why one reason why social capital is coming down. The societies are orienting towards money. Apna sapna, money. Bank balance decides your status. True or not? It is not the relationship balance. It is not the bonds and like all those friends, the number of friends I have, the number. कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. Yes or? मेरे पास इतना पैसा है. I may be a social misfit. I may be a person with criminal bent of mind, but my money gives me credibility. I do a lot of charity in the society, but inside I'm not a good person. I have many vices. Remember, malthus and vices. Think about it, everyone, especially if you belong to the village. How does a villager go out and fulfill his or her dream? Because everything is monetized. Paisa hai nahi bhai. True. During lockdown, did the problem become more severe? During demonetization, did the problem become more severe? Yes, sir. I know of many students from remote areas who had to leave civil services preparation in between and are doing actual manual labor work. Because money comes through that. And everything is attached to money. So please understand that idea of social capital is not just an idea which was about relations. Is this monetization of everything an enemy to social capital? Yes or no? Tell me, everyone. Some of you are very social. Some of you are favorites, darlings of everyone. सब लोग आपकी मदद लेते हैं. But back at home, since you don't earn, you don't have a salary, somewhere do they consider you as a loser? Isn't that a yardstick? Being a good man or good woman is not enough. Good man or good woman, क्या करोगे इसका? पैसा तो है नहीं भाई. ये सब बातें ही रह जाएंगी. Yes or no? You tell your teacher, you tell your parents, my teacher was saying this, and अरे ये सब बातें हैं यार. These are all talks. These teachers, their jobs to talk only those things. True or not? Is it their fault? No, it's not their fault. Everything boils down to money. In fact, if somebody is doing something good for you, wondering what is the vested interest, ये जरूर पैसा बना रहा होगा. True or not? That's what I'm saying. There's a huge difference. The barter trade, the traditional economy, the exchange, the well-being of each other, that no longer is at the top of the minds of the people. Is everyone with me on this? थोड़ा सही समझेंगे तो मिल जाएगा. Third one, rural, urban. Socio-cultural. Are they totally different or not? So people who are living in urban areas from village area, परेशान हो गए हैं this materialistic culture. Yes, I think materialistic culture, materialistic, individualistic, yes, cosmopolitan, ये बड़ा अकेला कर देता है. But at the same time, I also feel that there are a lot of freedoms and choices. Social discrimination हट गया या नहीं? Social gender discrimination, low or not? Here the social hierarchy, social hierarchy or rigidity is too high. True or not? रूरल में ज्यादा है. लोग क्या कहेंगे? बिल्कुल है. तो मैंने कहा ना, सोशल हायरार्की, रिजिडिटी. हाउ कैन यू गो फॉर इंटरकास्ट मैरिज? शहर में तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं, गांव में बिरादरी से नाक काट दी, ये सब. बट अगर यहाँ पे देखोगे तो देयर ओरिएंटेशन इज वेरी कम्युनिटी ओरिएंटेड. कम्युनिटी ओरिएंटेशन, इट इज नॉट इंडिविजुअल. तो ये कई बार क्या हो जाता है, लोनली हो जाता है. लोनली, डिप्रेस्ड, आई एम अलोन. उसको यही लग रहा है मेरे साथ कोई नहीं. इधर क्या कम्युनिटी ओरिएंटेशन, लीव मी अलोन. इधर लीव मी अलोन नहीं हो पा रहा है. इज एवरीवन विद मी ऑन दिस? यस. एट टाइम्स वी सी लॉट ऑफ ऑर्थोडॉक्सी. एट टाइम्स ऑर्थोडॉक्सी, especially status of women, caste, ethnic group affiliations are very strong. Yes, orthodoxy में कई बार absolutely okay. Superstition, true. Materialistic है, I would say non-materialistic to a certain extent, in certain aspects, not all aspects. In certain aspects, not all aspects. कुछ चीजों में they will keep money aside and they would look more at relation. ये सब लड़की की शादी. See, on one place we are talking about it. Up north I am talking about. Belief on my side, it might be different for you. Status of woman may be low, but when it is a marriage of a girl, on my side they believe that girl's marriage is an auspicious one, and generally a father would need a lot of help. So people would come out. लड़की की शादी है, मदद चाहिए होती है. We would be doing that. अब right wrong I do not know. That is gender stereotype. मदद तो लड़के की शादी में भी चाहिए. वो भी तो नालायक हो सकता है. True or not? लड़के की शादी में what they will do is अपना अपना गन लेके जा रहा है, इधर उधर मारा, लड़के को भी लेके बीत गए. ऐसा ओपन फायरिंग चल रही दारू पीकर. That's a very stupid thing. तो लड़की की शादी में they are little this thing. Community oriented. A death happens. A birth happens. Some rituals are there. What will happen? People will stand up for each other. Will they stand up or not? They will stand. They will go. हाँ नहीं नहीं, we must stand. This is a big occasion. We must do everything. Congratulate. इधर क्या हो गया? अपने सब पैसा लगा के सपनों का घर बनाया अर्बन एरिया में. You are waiting someone should come. कोई तो आए मेरे पास, कभी तो अप्रिशिएट करे. I am just reading NCERT all the time, nothing else. At least someone, some company should be there. फिर हम क्या लेकर आते हैं? पेट. पेट नहीं है तो फिर कौन है? सोशल मीडिया. ट्रू और नॉट? एवरीवन. कॉस्मोपॉलिटन की जगह मैं कहूंगा मोर ट्रेडिशनल. I would not call them very open on that. So girls wearing jeans, t-shirt, skirts, problem or not? More traditional in there. More inward looking at times, not too much outward looking. Either cosmopolitan, your idea is global. More accepting to influences, more flexible with food, flexible with this, flexible with that. Yes or no? True. So that's what we are talking about, more experimental. That is the socio-cultural aspect of this. Fourth, Harsh is saying following westernized West. Not necessary, Harsh, following West. See, modernization does not mean westernization. Modernization does not mean westernization. If somebody is going for westernization in the name of modernization, that may not be the best of the ideas. Are you with me on this? समझ में आया? Do we get that? So थोड़ा समझिए, दिमाग लगाइए, and things will happen for you. I hope you understand. चलिए, next is politico-administrative. Tell me what are the differences quickly. What are the differences? Politico-administrative. Can you think of some differences over there? Simple. Level of administration, level of government and administration. So what is it? Can I say low? More community driven. True or not? So there will be panchayat. आपने खाप भी सुना है. Have you heard of that or not? That is going to be there. Panchayat हो गया, this thing is there. But here when we are talking about urban areas, more structured, higher administration and governance issues. Yes or no? अब CBI को छापा मारना है. CBI goes, ED goes and मारो छापा on that officer or minister और IAS officer के यहाँ छापा मार रहे, झारखंड में, सिटी में मार रहे, गांव में थोड़ी ना. True or not? So that's what we are talking about. So low level. अच्छा, इनकी planning expenditure is low. plan expenditure is low, yes or no? Can I say low order administration functions? तो कौन से functions होंगे? Probably some law and order function, कुछ enforcement करना, पराली not to be burnt. So the officer goes, नहीं, no पराली burning. You know, somebody lost the cattle, ये cattle उसके field में घुस गई, मेरे field में आपकी cattle आ गई. You know, such issues are there. True or not? छोटा मोटा चोरी का काम हो गया, this is there. Or probably some birth registration, death registration, yes or no? Some this thing attestation needed for a government job. Land disputes, खेती की जमीन पे मैंने कहा खेती आपकी इसी जमीन में आ गई, उसकी जमीन में आ गई. इधर क्या है? Complex functions भाई. Complex high order functions. Example दे रहा हूँ एक cyber crime. True or not? So यहाँ पे there are going to be challenges on this. You have to have a proper administrative mechanism in force. Can I also say it is specialized? Specialized. So I went to a police station and reported that something happened with my credit card. He said we don't register your case. You go to the cyber security cell. वो उधर है. Specialized or not? Land related specialized, cyber related specialized, civil related specialized. So highly specialized area would be there or not? True. And I also want to tell you, these are also जो village नहीं करेगा. These are also, I would say, these are very good managers also, and entrepreneurs also. What are you saying, sir? They have to attract investment. True or not? Because it is costly, no? They will go and attract investment. हाँ ठीक है, आप लगाइए यहाँ पर. मुझे employment भी generate करना है. And then I'll collect taxes also. So many things. Kushi is saying, sir, can we say urban social capital is less as compared to rural? Kushi, we have already talked about this. And am I done with socio-cultural? तो यहाँ पर आप social capital का एक point डाल लो. कहाँ पर ज़्यादा होगा, कहाँ पर कम होगा, you decide. Now so I'm talking about politico-administrative or not? Do you get that? I'm talking about if a question comes on differentiation, do we have a more sensible one? Think about your brainstorming and think about what I'm doing with you. I'm trying to create those categories which will help you write powerful paragraphs, which will help you give case studies. You can make maps also, diagrams also, show to the examiner, say, hey, and that is what is going to make a difference. Is everyone with me on this? Are we clear? Everyone, any question? Question hai to pucho. One more I want to add. Remember environmental and ecological issues. Rural, urban, in our syllabus we have environmental and ecological issues. So first of all, I think scale is meso to micro. True or not? Here it is macro scale. Yes, sir? What am I saying? Pollution. Say for example, I'm talking about pollution. Is everyone okay? Pollution. So probably I can understand, like water pollution, mostly because of agriculture, that is there. But generally diluted. True or not? Here, what kind of pollution do we have? We have industry and household, and mostly that pollution is concentrated. True or not? Big challenge or not? The nature of pollution, nature-based pollutants, mostly primary pollutants, biodegradable waste, mostly, yes or no? इधर क्या होने वाला है? Secondary pollutants, non-biodegradable, toxic, corrosive. Big problem or not, everyone? I hope you are able to see that. I want to tell you that population pressure is low. Here, population is high. Something with the pen. Therefore, consumption is very, very high. And because of that, what happens? Waste generation is very high. True. Can I say smaller footprints, bigger ecological footprints? Now tell me, if the question was differentiate, do we have a good answer coming or not? Environmental issues, ecological issues, 5 issues I've done. True. Let's move further. 6th one, rural and urban. The biggest shock that a person gets, a person who's never been to a big city, when he goes to a big city for the first time, the biggest shock he gets is the morphology. Yes, what is morphological? The physical structures, the building. The physical structures, buildings, these are the biggest things which come to our mind. Is everyone with me on this? Morphological. Any questions on this? Please ask. Can I say local raw material is used? Can I say generally temporary और कच्चा dwellings होता है? Say flood prone zones, say farmstead. Yes or no? They need not be all पक्का. They can be temporary कच्चा dwellings. हो सकता है? Transport, arteries, poorly developed, not well constructed. Get that? Less congestion, houses generally not beyond 2 stories. With me on this? They are not beyond 2 stories. That is what we are talking about. इधर क्या हो गया? Skyscrapers. Skyscrapers are what? Tall multi-story buildings. Transport का क्या होगा? Advanced, state of art, fastest transport system. Huge capacity. Possible. Temporary कच्चा क्या है? These were mostly like permanent dwellings and densely packed patterns. Local raw material, well, raw material can be as per requirement. People go for theme houses, yes or no? Local also can be used, non-local can also be used. People have the money, they will do that. Everyone with me on this? Any questions, please ask. True. So do you understand what are settlements? Do you understand the differences? And we are talking about the world in this and India as well as in this. And do you understand what is geography going to do? Geography is going to study all this. Why? Because remember, in welfare geography, what is the role of geographer? Welfare geography, what is the role of geographer? Diagnostician. Diagnose the problem. After you diagnose, suggest remedies. And also tell us the future. Prognosticate. Prognosticate means the possible future. If the future is dark, what should we do? Prognosis. If the prognosis is bad, what should we do? Take remedial action. True or not? So choose help in driving to desired future. Is everyone with me? वहां लेकर जाना है. Clear? Rural done. Let's read something on urbanization. Urbanization describes the increasing proportion of people living in urban areas as opposed to rural areas. The main causes are rural-urban migration and population increase. Out of A and B in Indian cities, this is called natural increase. Tell me, Indian cities are growing because of natural increase or rural-urban migration? Natural increase or rural-urban migration? So if it was increasing naturally, that's a better thing. So people from urban areas, they are having better living conditions and they're growing, and that happens at a slow pace. But in India, what's happening? This is that. And I want to tell you that today, more than half of the Earth's population lives in cities. More than 50% of world's population is in cities today. And can you see that it is going to increase in urban area only? In the world, the future is what? Rural area or urban area? What is the future in the world? So urban area. So why is the syllabus more on urban area? Do you understand? Because the world's challenge would be the urban areas. Urban areas would be the real challenge. Rural areas have to be understood, but the geography today is focusing over urban areas. Get that? Or chota cities nahi, many of the people are residing in cities which have swelled into giant urban agglomeration. Agglomeration is many urban areas coming closer and they fusing with each other. So it's not that many urban areas have come closer. Suppose these were 3 cities. What happened? These cities started growing. Today, it has become one whole urban area. Yes, sir. Think about Mumbai, Pune, Nasik. Think about Delhi, Gurgaon, Noida, Faridabad, like that. Possible? So are we catching up on that? The surrounding area is also getting one fused into one. So it's urban agglomeration. And if the population, if the combined population goes above 10 million, it will be called a mega city. Do you get that? Delhi NCR has got 20 million. Do you get that? Delhi NCR has got 20 million. So हम लोग मेगा के भी बाप हैं. In 2020, there were 1934 metropolises. So city is also called metro city and polis. Polis is city. Metro city. Okay. Metro city generally have कितनी population होती है इनकी? 1 million plus. कितनी होती है? 1 million. If it is 10 million, what do we call it? Megapolis. Is everyone okay with metropolis and megapolis? So in the world, there are 1934 metropolis and more than 3 million inhabitants, representing 60% of the world's urban population. 60% of the world's population in urban metropolis में रहती है. At least 2.59 billion people live in metropolises in 2020, which is equivalent to 1/3. So 1/3 of the global population कहाँ पर रह रही है? Metropolises में रह रही है. ठीक है? 34 metropolises are mega cities also. While 51 are missing, so you can see that first of all we are metropolis and they are all on the way of becoming mega cities. Now सुन के तो अच्छा लगता है mega cities. Listening to the word mega, we feel happy. Okay, mega city means big cities. Please understand, mega city means problem cities. Pressure on everything. Pressure on everything. Everyone. Which is costly? Living in India or living in UK? Cost of living. Which one is costly? UK or India? Obviously UK, sir. Why? Because India is huge. India is huge. You can live at many places. You can live in a village. You can live in a tier 2, tier 3. But if you ask me which are the most costly cities in the world, Delhi, Mumbai, they will beat even European cities and American cities. Delhi, Mumbai are one of the costliest one. And think about it. Think about it. People from northeast, people from east, Bihar, West Bengal, people from north, Uttarakhand, Himachal, people from west, they all migrating towards Mumbai. अब ऐसा है वहां जाके what are they thinking? सपनों की दुनिया, dreamland, dream world. They will reach over there. They are waiting, and from the railway station, moment you get down in Mumbai, they say welcome. They have a placard. आओ, wait कर रहे थे तुम्हारा. Where are you? Come, and we need you. This is the job. Do that and become the next Ambani. True or not? First thing is when you land on the railway station, there will be someone who wants to cut your pocket and fool you. True or not? There will be someone who wants to turn you into a beggar. ये भी हो सकता है. There is someone who wants to put you into human trade. Many illegal things are happening over there. आप तो सपने की दुनिया लेके गए, मैं भी शाहरुख खान बनूंगा. Then you reach a slum and you see worse things which you've never seen in your beautiful tier 2 town or village. You will see decay of moral character. You will see the dirty, dark underbelly of a city. You will hate it. You want to run away. You don't have money. Or you are already engaged in so many rackets, you cannot move out. Sometimes unknowingly you end up being in an illegal thing also. So whenever you're moving out, I've always said, migrants have to be ultra conscious and cautious. Migrants have to be ultra cautious. There is no sympathy at all. There is no sympathy at all. I remember, I went for my training in Mumbai. I was very young then. And my whole batch remembers that whenever Sachin goes from Mumbai local, he ends up paying a fine. So sometime I am on the wrong platform. I don't have a platform ticket. Sometimes I am in the first class. Sometimes this and that. I don't know. I did not know of that place. जब भी जाएगा चलान कटेगा. And people said, यार इसके साथ मत जाओ तुम्हारा भी कटेगा. And you request them. Oh, I was not aware. I'm sorry. I was standing at a place. They said you are on the platform. I said no, this is not the platform. I'm eating some roti paratha over there. They said no, this is platform. Ticket. I said yeah, I'm going to buy the ticket. I have to board the train, but before that I was eating. अभी ticket किधर है? Big problem. पता ही नहीं था. So I was on this side of the platform. I had to go on that side of the platform because I was on this road. I had to go. So I crossed the platform. They said, you crossed the platform. Where is the platform ticket? I said, no, I'm not going on the train. No, I'm going from here to there. They said, nonsense. There are so many pickpockets like you. मुझे डांट रहा है. Yes, sir. I said, no, I'm not going on the train. I'm not using it. We know that. Fine though. True or not? Then I'm standing on the train and I said, yeah, today the train is looking all empty. So this fellow says, looking empty. Are we in the right compartment or are we in the first class? So the person standing next to us, he said, I am the ticket checker and you are in the first class. चलो नीचे उतरो दोनों. छोटे-छोटे बच्चे दबा के फाइन दे रहे. It's a shock that happens. It's okay. I'm just saying that. I am on that marine drive. I see police everywhere. So I see, like suddenly a dead body has come floating out in the sea, and the police has brought it out, a naked dead body in front of me. Young boy, I've never seen that. Oh, surely, where am I? What all can happen? Who knows? Maybe a migrant killed and thrown in the water. That's what I'm saying. Life gives us experiences when we move out, but we have to be careful. Urban areas can be cruel. Urban areas are a challenge. Urban areas can be lonely. Urban areas, आपने देखा यार, बड़े बड़े celebrities, you find them committing suicide. ये फिल्म हीरो वो हो गया, उसने suicide कर लिया and all those things. Why? They are a mad race to earn money, mad race of a stupid thing called as reputation. Pseudo friends, in the evening party में जाना है, clubbing होना है. क्यों clubbing होना है यार? You are not happening यार, आज शाम को कौन से club में जा रहे हो? Which club? I don't need to. And then alcohol, drugs, so many things. True or not? True, sir. Sometimes government there opposes and behavior with them also not decent. I understand, like they are also dealing with so many people at times. I really thought, अब एक बात बताइए, you make a mistake in a village, okay, and suddenly someone says, okay, this is against law. Don't you think that you will apologize to that officer? Sir, मुझे पता नहीं था. छोड़ देगा कि नहीं छोड़ देगा? Urban areas they will not, because they are coming across with so many willful offenders that even a genuine mistake will not be left. True or not? So that's what I'm saying. Think about it. And urban areas, urbanization, and remember, socho urbanization kya thi? When I was giving you that story, only the best person will go to the city, the king's court. Yes, sir? Navratna jo hota tha, Navratna jo hai Akbar ke darbar mein. Abhi who's going to the city? Anyone who has nothing to do, कोई job ढूंढना है यार, किसी तरह मेरा life नहीं बन रहा है, मुझे city भाग जाना चाहिए. Yes, sir? क्या करेगा? कुछ भी लेवल पे. Are these people skilled? We were talking about demographic dividend. Everyone tell me. And I said, for demographic dividend to become a reality, India's economy should be able to absorb that workforce. Remember that. Tell me, is my workforce, my country's workforce, absorbable? Are they employable? Are they trained? मैं किसको जॉब दूंगा यार? Remember, Mahatma Gandhi Narega is about unskilled labor. Unskilled labor को क्या सैलरी दोगे फिर आप? You want salary equivalent to a trained professional. You want salary like an IT professional. And what is your training? Sir, कुछ काम करवा दो. Whatever you want, sir. I will do jharu pocha and that's it. But give me salary like that. How is it possible? True or not? Are they employable? Are the industry, are the colleges from which you are getting your degrees, are they industry oriented? Actual people, some of you would have gone to the industry after engineering, you would have realized वो theory वाला कभी काम नहीं करता. इधर तो बहुत सारी चीजें. You would be surprised वो क्या bogus पढ़ा रहे थे यार. True or not? So our curriculums are not oriented towards work. Or even our mindset is not oriented towards work. We are into exam. Sir, exam इससे हो जाएगा, notes से हो जाएगा, मैं ऑफिस में बैठूंगा, काम हो जाएगा. नहीं भाई, there are targets to be delivered. People who have gone into painful tasks like banking में अगर आप लोगों ने कुछ नहीं काम किया, इतने targets होते हैं, meeting बहुत मुश्किल. Yes, so many of you want to run away from those jobs. That is why I thought of civil services. Urbanization can be cruel. World urban population, सोचिए कैसे हुआ. Remember, यहाँ भी J curve है. सोचिए 1800, around 200 years ago, only 3% of the world population was living in cities. Only the best will go to the city. By the end of 20th century, within 200 years, 47% people are living in the cities. 1950, there were 83 cities with a population of 1 million. Remember, metropolitan cities, 1 million plus cities, 83 only. 2007, they were 468. और अभी कितने हो गए 2020 में? 1934. Look at the rate at which they are increasing. Agglomerations बढ़ते जा रहे. It is projected the number of people living in metropolises by 2035 will increase to 3.47 billion, representing 39% of the global population and 62% of the world's urban population. So in urban metropolises में इतनी तेजी से आबादी बढ़ेगी. Do you get that? Almost 1 billion people will become metropolitan in the next 15 years. उनके लिए जगह है हमारे पास. Do we have energy for them? Do we have housing for them? Do we have water for them? Do we have sanitation for them? Do we have medication for them? Do we have education for them? Okay. 1950s, around 70 years ago, there was only one megacity in the world. 1975, 4 megacities: Tokyo, New York, Shanghai, Mexico, and Sao Paulo. 1995, there were 14. 2001, there were 17, in which 13 were in developing. 2015, there were 23 megacities, 18 were in developing. तो ये जो पांच है, ये तो पांच ही हैं. अब कहां से आते जा रहे हैं? Developing world. Asia Pacific. Again, everyone, can you see? I have brought this slide so that spatially you can capture this. Asia Pacific, India, China, and the Pacific part. 56% of the metropolitan population. In this, Japan is included. India, China, Korea, Japan, Bangladesh. उनकी भी तो सिटी आएगी ना, एक सिटी आएगा, कोलंबो आएगा. Yes. Eastern Europe metropolises. By Eastern Europe accounts for 121 metropolises, which is 3.9. Imagine Eastern Europe is only 3.59% of the this thing. अच्छा, I want to share one thing very interesting with you. Very, very interesting with you. ये जो मैंने बताया ना, rural areas का, everyone. We talked about rural settlements. Yes. They don't have this. They don't have this. This does not apply to the West. So what do you mean by that? All these things don't apply to the West. So I want to tell you, I was in Holland. Okay, I was in Holland, Netherlands. and I wanted to buy something. So I had what? I had dollars. They said we don't take dollars, we use only euros. I said okay. So tell me, where do I get money exchange? So where will I get my money exchange? Think about it. Think about it. I said, where do I get it? They said, पास में post office है, उधर चले जाओ. I said, post office. They said, there is a village, and in that village there is a post office. I said, village, post office, चलते हैं. इनका भी village देखते हैं. I reached that village and I reached that post office. I want to tell you, a village post office was better than India's passport office. A village post office was better than India's passport office. Do you get that? There were multiple counters. So money wala idhar jao. They were actually selling souvenirs also. If you want to carry something from Netherlands for India, yahan se kharide. Do we get that? And after that, when I came out of the post office, when I looked at the village, that village will put a small city in India to shame. Small city, a big city to shame. Now I can spend my life in that village. Itna sundar village. So in developed world, people after retiring go back to villages. Why? Because villages where cost of living is down and all the facilities are provided. Why congest London? Why congest Amsterdam? Live over there. And that day it was a mela. Remember, a fete also. वहीं सड़क पे beautiful tents are there. खाओ पियो जो करना करो, कोई टेंशन नहीं. अपने पास हीरो भी थे. And that one evening is a memorable evening for me in my life. So when you're talking about rural areas, here and there, zameen asman ka fark hai. All infrastructure available, but not over infrastructure. I did not see many cars over there. As it is, Netherlands people prefer using bicycles. Yes or no? Even they go to office like that. So I seen some villages here in Gujarat also with all facilities and all roads and houses were permanent. It is said that every next house has an NRI. Definitely, Harsh, you will find that people who have had this exposure and who have had the money, would they come and invest in that? True or not? But again, Harsh, I would like to say, to have that village itself, NRIs are paying something for that. उस village में अगर आपको रहना है तो tax भी लगेगा ना बच्चे. So even in Netherlands, even if you are in village, there is administration. They will collect tax to run that thing. If you don't have the money, those settlements cannot. So every settlement comes at a cost. So running a big city ki jagah, if you can run a small village in a professional manner, people will live over there. Proper law and order hai, proper sanitation hai, water hai, everything. So now this is something easier said. Like when you go and experience Western villages, you will say, yaar, ye India mein ho hi nahi sakta. Because the amount of money needed and the price sensitivity that India has. Remember, बहुत गरीबी है भाई. सरकारों के पास पैसा नहीं है, and the governments are, as it is trying for election, they are trying to buy you out with some rice and wheat. Remember, कुछ गेहूं बांट दिया, कुछ चावल बांट दिया, वो तो अपने पास पैसा ही नहीं रखते. अगर उनके पास पैसा नहीं होगा, will they be able to finance anything? Everyone who's listening to me, will the governments be able to finance anything? So Sri Lanka is also having economic crisis, but their standard of living is much better than India. Harsh again saying, why that standard of living? You are saying because government doled out many freebies. Are you saying their standard of living? जाके देखो, आज ही BBC में देखो, person has cancer, person has liver disease. Without medicine, he cannot survive more than 3 months. He has the money also, but no medicine over there. Sri Lanka has run out of oil, और आप कह रहे हो उनका standard of living. कब की बात कर रहे हो हर्ष? वही standard of living का तो cost दे रहे हैं. That the government was doling out freebies. That I am a popular government. That is what the Rajapaksas were doing. They were embezzling fund for themselves also. और जो आ रहा था वो लोगों में भी बांट रहे थे कुछ. वो भी अपने में ही बांट रहे थे. I'm sure you can understand. They have to spread hatred, communal hatred also. So one community they are giving, other community they are discriminating. है किधर भाई? What are you talking about? So I've seen some people take wheat and rice from government, sell them and take money. So that's what I'm saying. In the West, there is a culture that if you want services, you have to pay for them. In fact, I also want to tell you, this has been a big question, that whichever government comes in Sri Lanka must have this persuasion and tell the people of Sri Lanka that if you want services, you must pay taxes. Do you get that? You must go and do agriculture. You must earn your status back. Are people willing to do that? That is the big question. समझ में आ रहा है? I hope you understand. So I'm not talking in thin air. I live in this world. And I have closely had a look at that. So सिर्फ क्लासरूम में बैठ के नहीं पढ़ाता हूँ भाई, बहुत सारी चीजें देखता हूँ, समझता हूँ. Urbanization in India. So world में urbanization 2018. Total population of the world is 7.6. So 55% is urban. So more than 50% is urban. India में कितना है? 1/3. Is everyone okay? India में percentage of population in urban areas is less. Can you see developed world? North America 82% urban. Yes. UK 82% urban. Japan 90% urban. Germany 70% urban. But developing world China is 60% urban. Get it? So South America looks good. South America is this. South America is a classic case of unsustainable urbanization. Remember, most of the population lives in the capital city. So population lives in the urban centers, but not uniformly distributed urban centers. Most of the population of Brazil will be in Rio de Janeiro and Sao Paulo. ये क्या हो गया? ये primate city हो गया. Remember the concept of primate city? A city that has everyone living over there, वो primate city कहलाती है. With me on this, everyone? तो ये आपका वर्ल्ड का भी हो गया. New metropolis will arise every 2 weeks in the next 15 years. 429 ये देखो बढ़ते चले जा रहे हैं, सब बढ़ते चले जा रहे हैं. 1915, 2000, 2020 and 20. और कौन से बढ़ रहे हैं सबसे ज्यादा देखिए? Do we get that? If you are looking at this, they keep on increasing. Yes, 2363 metropolises are projected. Out of these, 14 new metropolises will have more than 10 million inhabitants. ठीक है, येलो कलर किसका है? अफ्रीका. सो कहाँ पे बढ़ रहा है जल्दी से बताइए? Wow, sir, Africa is becoming urban. Hello. I hope you can understand Africa's urbanization would be what? True or not? Big challenge or not? So Africa के urban centers को जब हम देखते जाते हैं, these will be poor urban centers. Nigeria, Lagos is an urban center. जी के दिखाओ वहाँ पर. True or not? And let us look at Europe. Europe में देखिए आप urbanization कम हो रहा है यार. यूरोप में कम होते जा रहे हैं. ये वाले सिटी तो बहुत ही कम हो गए. यूरोप में can you see the big cities are less? In fact, the smaller cities are more. Smaller towns are more livable. Cost of living is also low. People proudly migrate back from big town to small town. That is taking care of everything. Is everyone okay? So ये हुआ आपके urbanization के बारे में. All the facts and data has been put for you from the latest of the reports up to 2020, 2035 के projections भी included हैं. Can you use them? Is everyone okay with the data and the concepts? Now we come to something called as types and patterns of rural settlement. So everyone, these two are technical terms. They are in the syllabus. The syllabus says types and patterns. So please understand these are technical terms. What are these? These are technical terms. What is type? Type means the degree of clustering or density of settlements. Is everyone okay? And what is pattern? Pattern refers to the geometric shape of settlement. Which settlement? Rural or urban? Or both? Everyone, which settlement? Rural, urban or both? Rural, urban or both? So everyone, this is very, very specific. Only and only rural. Only and only rural. Is everyone okay? Types and patterns of this thing. So degree of clustering के basis पर we have three types. What is it? Three types. This one is called nucleated or clustered. See that? And this one is called dispersed. Okay. If the settlement is, dwelling units are closely packed, okay, and roads are laid like this. True. What is this? Nucleated. What is dispersed? Can you see dispersed? This is dispersed. Can I say with time dispersed turns into nucleated, everyone? Can I say with time dispersed will turn into nucleated? And can I say that if dispersed is going into nucleated, there will be something called as semi-nucleated and intermediate stage? So there is a highway going, and along highway we have this. Do we understand what is semi-nucleated, nucleated, and dispersed from the picture itself? True. Can I say in this centripetal forces are high? Things causing people to come in the center, those forces are high. Everyone with me on this? And can I say dispersal centrifugal forces are high? What do I mean by forces? Can I say physical and human geography factors are forces? True. If the water available is less, like in deserts, only at restricted areas, nucleated or dispersed? Water available is less. So हर्ष क्यों न्यूक्लिएटेड होगा भाई? जब पानी अवेलेबल नहीं है, गुजरात राजस्थान में लोग कम ही होंगे ना. डिस्पर्स होगा कि नहीं होगा? ठीक है. So there is a threat of invaders coming in. तो आप क्या करते हैं? You put posts, डिफेंस की पोस्ट लगाते हैं, चेक पोस्ट. डिस्पर्स्ड और स्कैटर्ड. मराठा के फोर्ट्स जो है अलग अलग दूर दूर है. रिमेंबर गुरिल्ला वॉरफेयर. मराठास वर इनटू गुरिल्ला वॉरफेयर. सो डिफेंस विलेजेस में आप देखेंगे एक चेक पोस्ट इधर, एक चेक पोस्ट दूर, नजर रखते हैं. True or not? Did we understand what is this? Can I say in favorable geography area? In favorable area, it will be nucleated. In unfavorable geographies, it will be dispersed. with me on this? You there? Please write something. Types of rural settlement. थोड़ा dictation देते हैं. Everyone, please write. Based on the degree of clustering. Based on the degree of clustering. Based on the degree of clustering, geographers have traditionally divided the rural settlements into three categories, namely nucleated, compact, clustered, dispersed, and semi-nucleated. Nucleated settlements are characterized by compact blocks of dwelling units with definite layout. Compact blocks of dwelling units with definite layout of road and transport arteries. Is everyone okay? They are often separated from surrounding farmlands. So they are not farmsteads ki udhar hi farmland mein hi bana diya. They are not like that. You are having agricultural area, and away from the agricultural area, yeah. So suppose this is the agricultural area. Okay. Now what they do is they put their dwelling units. Is everyone okay? And what do they do? In between, they have created their roads. Are these transport arteries or not? And you can reach out to your farms through these arteries. Is everyone okay? So क्या बन गया ये? This is the compact settlement. कहाँ पर होगा ये? Generally, where would it be? Fertile plains, coastal, deltaic regions, where the carrying capacity is better. So hills पे तो नहीं होगा? Yes or no? So if you are to give an example, can you give the example of say Nile River? Nile के आसपास कोई भी river valley ले सकते हो? Chinese कोई river valley? Be smart. Take an example of this thing we are looking at, Nile River Valley. Coastal plain, Southeast Asia में आपका Indo-China Peninsula, Laos, Vietnam. So Laos is a landlocked country. हाँ ठीक है, वो continue होकर आता है ना उधर से. Laos, Vietnam, वो river आ रही है, Mekong River. ऐसा ना? India का कर सकते coastal Indian plains. If this comes in paper 2, North Indian plains. Can you do that, smart people? Ganga plains, Brahmaputra plains, Punjab. Can I say Punjab region, Punjab villages? इस तरह हो जाएंगे या नहीं हो जाएंगे? So if you can think of that, the job will be done. A smart student would think like that, and things will be done for him or her. ठीक है? Dispersed settlement are characterized by hamlets or farmsteads scattered over vast area. Generally due to why? Generally due to unfavorable terrain, topography, soil, water availability, forest, climate, etc. Generally found in hilly areas, arid deserts, yes or no? Forest patches, wetlands. Okay. So wetland कैसे? So in wetland, I want to tell you, in wetlands, everywhere it is waterlogging, no? So what are you looking at? You are looking for a dry point settlement. So any area which is generally higher in elevation, surrounded by a wetland, people will live on that. Whereas in arid areas, you will generally look for wet point settlement. Say for example, an oasis. So now oasis. Can you give examples from India and outside? हिली एरिया में आई टोल्ड यू हिली एरिया इन नॉर्थ ईस्ट इंडिया में तो सिक्योरिटी के लिए ट्राइब्स दे लिव ऑन द हिल्स, सो ट्राइब्स आर कीपिंग एन आई ऑन दैट आल्सो. यस, नॉर्थ ईस्ट इंडिया. अभी मैंने आपको बताया मंगोलियन विलेजेस दे आर स्कैटर्ड लाइक दिस. ठीक है, हिली हाईलैंड प्लेटू रीजन, so that can also be there. Sometimes can I also say that there can be like resource based location. So some kind of resources there, mining हो रहा है, mining और quarrying तो वहीं पर है because the resource is available over there. Is it possible? Think about a dispersed settlement. So Canada में बहुत ऐसा है, Canada में resource, so it can be resource availability also. Yes, so there is a place called Yellowknife. Yellowknife is for uranium. Get that? Somewhere there might be in Australia, Canada. Gold के लिए you heard of Coolgardie, if you remember that class KBC, Coolgardie, Boulder and Kalgoorlie. So resources, Canada, Australia. So there are people who have gone for that also. What is semi-nucleated? So can I say nucleated and dispersed are relative terms. They are relative terms. Get that? Represent a stage of a settlement. Represent a stage of a settlement. Clear this saying diamond mine and highway? Absolutely okay. Represent a stage of development. Yes, no? So semi-nucleated is an intermediate stage. Semi-nucleated is an intermediate stage. What does it have? It has a compact nucleus in the center. There is a compact nucleus in the center. So some part of centralization is there. But apart from that, they can be non-centralized also. Is everyone okay? Are we done with the types of rural settlement today? Types, patterns नहीं हो, patterns कल करेंगे. Urbanization and this thing. Let's go back to the syllabus. Are we done with the idea of types of rural settlement? Patterns are geometric patterns, need some drawing, so tomorrow I'll be doing that. And today I'll be uploading material on the update section of the course for these. Environmental issues also I've talked about, that will be there. Urban hierarchy, did we talk about some of it? Tier 1, Tier 2, tomorrow again I will be bringing that. Tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll understand hierarchy, urban hierarchy, then we will classify towns, functional classification, then we will go into the concept of primate city and line size road. So tomorrow we will be doing this, if possible. I'll be talking about sphere of urban influence also. Is everyone okay? So definition of towns में satellite town क्या होता है वो भी आ जाएगा. Tomorrow we will be defining towns and their types. Yes, I'm left with types of rural patterns, these geometric patterns. So I'll require around 20 minutes for this tomorrow's class, and rest will be done as per the syllabus. Is it okay, everyone? Are you able to understand settlement geography? So Nili says homework. So Nili, abhi update section में the material will be put. Everyone, please make sure you read the material. Settlement geography is new to you. Though my intention was today I've taken some time for you to familiarize with the settlement word. डर नहीं लगना चाहिए. Yes or no? Now I hope that you are comfortable with it. हाँ यार, वही तो पढ़ना है जहाँ पे लोग रहते हैं. So basically you understood. So I want to give you some material on types, patterns of rural settlement, and even environmental issue. Detailed notes are given to you. As I say, that the notes part will be from the what is given in the class. You can use that, but your understanding has to be there. Get it? So this is what I want. So today is self-study day, and I am also starting a GS course today evening. So you are my optional students. You need not do that. If you missed general geography, then you can do that. And I have a request: if you have students who are looking for it, please share the link with them. So Telegram group पर वो link है. Please share with other people. They will benefit from it. I purchased Rupa Made Simple for this part also. Should I give some time there? Yes, Harsh, you can very well do that. People who have Rupa Made Simple, you have a topic on settlement geography, you can do that. Many examples will be coming from there. Now that you've understood, everyone who's reading Rupa Made Simple, read it after I have introduced the topic to you. So today I have introduced rural settlements to you. Yes, if you have Rupa Made Simple, please read from there also. Okay, that? So thanks a lot. We'll see you in the evening if you choose to attend that. So the GS course is not much necessary for us. Shivam, no need for that. अगर आपने कर लिया है पूरा अभी तक का कोर्स किया मेरे साथ physical geography, you've done with me, no? Okay. That's the point, like I'm saying you go over there. But yes, you know your batchmates and other batchmates who are not having geography option, recommend that course to them. Thank you. Bye-bye. See you. And I'll be uploading the material soon. Check the update section.